Welcome everyone to the Choir of Calamity, episode 4, the finale, the grand finale, where everything will be fine, just because it's in the title. We're gonna go around the table and say hello to our lovely players tonight and stuff. Thank you so much for being here. This is like the 8th time I played D&D today, so it's gonna go great.
Lucky duck.
That's the word. I'm super excited to get through this, but before we jump into the recap of the adventure and totally not TPK, we're going to go around the table, say hello, where we can find us, all that good stuff. Let me kill the music here just so we can hear you guys loud and clear. Let's start with the last person that joined the call, and the reason we're entirely late, me. I'm just kidding. You know what, Cinder, why don't we start with you tonight?
For the record, I'm not the last person to join the call.
True.
I'd argue I was the second person or the first person. But I'm Cinderblock Sally. I'm usually the first or second person on the call. That's what most people know me for, is
That's true.
My timeliness on calls and how quickly I get on them. But also sometimes I stream on YouTube and I talk about D&D homebrew, and I review homebrew that people send me and do call-in shows, and I'm the king of all castles and the lord of all lands. And that's
lakes.
all I have to say.
And lakes.
No lakes. Lakes can do their own thing.
Oh, okay. I recently
that's
hopped
my
on...
purview.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize how this was broken up. My bad. I recently got on a call with Cinder. It was a lot of fun, actually, just kind of like listening in and having.
I loved that you just hopped in, man. It was great.
Yeah, I was doing like some editing, and I was like, "Hey, he's live. I want to listen in. He's great." Also, thank you for the follow, Butt Poncho. I think that's one of I know that name. I've heard.
He's
it
one of
before.
mine.
Yeah,
He's
one of yours.
mine.
I want to say briefly,
One
like
of us.
before we keep
One
going.
of us.
Once we hit 5,000 followers, we're doing a giveaway for
Oh my god.
a dragon mini. It's a young blue dragon. We're like 15 people away or whatever. So maybe one day we'll give that away. It'll be great. Okay. Never mind the dragon. Thank you, Cinder. Scarlet, how about you? Where can we find you? Who are you and what's up?
Hi, I'm Scarlet64. I was actually the first person to join the call. And yeah, that was me. Then I watched the playmat join next, and then it was Cinder.
Yep.
But it was pretty close. So I just wanted to set the record straight. Hi, I am usually a dungeon master. Here on Twitch, I run a game called Out of the Abyss on Sundays, and then I run Pathfinder games on other days.
Nice.
Usually Thursdays, but that might get switched up here pretty soon. And I make a ton of TikToks, and I'm working on a little project called Desert Dragons, which is exploring the possibilities of another dragon type based on your favorite confectionery. Did I make that word up, or
No,
is
you're
that
good,
correct?
I think.
Okay,
I think
cool.
if it wasn't, it should be a word, so we're fine.
It's sugar, lots of sugar. And now we're deciding how to work out the cults of apple cider, pumpkin spice, and eggnog dragons. It's a whole thing. Yeah, you can find me at Scarlet64 pretty much everywhere.
So once a year, pumpkin spice dragons show up and annoy everybody, and then they're like,
they don't annoy. No, it's a whole. There's so much lore around it. I'm releasing an entire adventure with art and stat blocks, and yeah, it's a whole thing.
Nice. Any brownie dragons yet?
I haven't done a brownie, but I've done a cookie. I've done a
sad brownie, perhaps?
A sad brownie?
Yeah, no sad brownie. That's a thing. Apparently, that's a thing. Zach can tell
I
all
thought
about
it. I thought there were brownies, and then I thought there were brownies.
No, maybe it's that kind of brownie. So I'll minor correction. The first person on the call was actually me, and then it was Scar. I'm just saying, if we want to get technical about it,
join the call. You started the call.
Well, I mean, technically, I don't know. Matt, playmat, the playmat, not just playmat, but the playmat.
The is actually my first name, and playmat's my last name. Hi, I'm the playmat. I stream here on Twitch. I do world building, D&D chats, and I play a little bit of Baldur's Gate as well, and occasional actual plays. I run a game called Whose Role Is It Anyway? A fully improvised D&D game at a too high level where I'm very mean to my players, and they suffer. And yeah, recently I was hired to do this thing called Roleplay Relay. It was 168 hours of D&D in a week. I DM'd about 12 hours a day. It was crazy. And a lot of those shorts can be found all over the webs, the Playmat, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, all that stuff. Yeah, I really hope that it's not a TPK tonight. I'm going to try to keep you all alive.
It's going to be great with your, cure wounds doing 1,000 points of healing every time. You guys might be okay. We'll figure it out. So
I'll be the one to die. It's okay.
that's fine. I think that might be okay. I don't know.
Mhm.
We'll figure it out. Last but not least, certainly, Zach Speaks Giant. Hello, Zach.
Me, I was actually the first person on the call, as we can all agree, I think. And Zaxby's Shine is the place that you can go anywhere on the internet, as long as it is either YouTube, TikTok, Twitch, or the podcast page that I have.
Nice.
I share silly D&D stories and silly thoughts of my own. I run 2 campaigns on Twitch. Enjoy them or don't. It's free.
It's the posties and the mummy. See, I remember.
Basically,
I remember.
yeah, pretty much.
I remember. So sadly, Caustic Phoenix could not join us because of conflict issues, scheduling conflict issues. She didn't fight anybody, it's just scheduling
You
conflict.
punched me in the face.
If she got in a fight, though, she
would
would
win.
absolutely crush it.
Oh my god, if she punched me, she would break every bone in my body. And that would hurt. Sadly, so she won't be joining us tonight, but in spirit, Aes remains with us, and she's a cool bean. Check her out at D20 Death Match over on YouTube, I think, and Twitch, and there are cool people over there. And as for me, Jim Workshop, Rackham. Tomorrow we're supposed to do a chat plays D&D, but I think after 50 hours of streaming D&D today, I might just do Baldur's Gate. Friday we have a special one-shot with Save the Children, a charity, and we have guests, and so it'll be a lot of fun. And we're gonna try to raise $1,000, and we'll see if we can do it. That'll be a lot of fun with giveaways of Tailspire codes and a Stream Deck actually as well. From Elgato, we got a Stream Deck to give away, a small one, and that's cool. So maybe we'll do that. Okay. We're going to jump into tonight's adventure. We're going to do a recap, and then we'll get right into the thick of things, rather, not the think. Oh, man, it's going to be a long night. Let me switch it over here. Last time, we met our heroes. Aes, Ray, Audrice, Crane, and Poncerus. Heroes of different walks of life, serving the great city of Elmara, the shining beacon, the white castle atop the hill that everybody wanted to be like. Masters and mistresses of magic and the arcane, they had brought a sense of peace and invincibility to their day-to-day lives. They had mastered the elements. They sat atop the food chain, and on top of that food chain, they sat atop the arcane chain as well. Until a heinous murder or death of Muzaffar, the leader or the master of Crane, the owner, the friend, perhaps all of these things. And through poking and discovery on the day of questioning, when they would go to the Oracle and ask what the future held for the city, everything came apart. The great treachery, the driving force of the devoted trying to usurp the place of this Oracle, to gain power, to force their views upon the rest of them, the rest of the world, machines and Warforged, unwelcome. Anything different, unwelcome. And in the final hour, as the adventurers made their way into the heart of the Chamber of Oracles, the Chamber of Divination, the Chamber of Prophecy, they freed the Oracle, granting it the freedom it so long wished to have. In that moment, they doomed the city, the device unplugging itself and moving away all manners of machines and artifice that were powered by this construct, this device, fell silent and broke apart, ending 150 years of arcane wonders, bringing the city to calamity and ruin. They chased this oracle as it stood before a gate beyond which the answers to the final question that was posed: why is magic fading away, and why do the gods not answer us anymore? It sought answers beyond the great gate and stepped through into the abyss and the worlds that lay beyond. 18 years have passed. 3 years ago, in what remains of Elmara, the world has grown quiet, the sun has begun to fade, and lands have begun to freeze. Refugees have fled the city, once home to 300,000 souls, now bereft nearly of all life. The only thing that still walks these streets are the creatures that have come from the Underdark, the Drow, the vampires, the undead, and the souls that were damned in the moment of the calamity itself, condemning them to walk these empty streets. Aes would not give up and remained in Elmara, doing her very best to clean it up, defend it, because the city meant that much to her. And 3 years ago, her age, her exhaustion finally caught up to her, and she fell never to awake again. In her memory, her companions, those that could, erected a statue in her old neighborhood, and once a year, on the day of her death, to remember her and commemorate her, we'll travel there to celebrate her and her memory. But on this day, the day before the anniversary of Aes's death, Poncerus, tell me, what have you been doing and what has preoccupied you for the last 18 years?
Well, Audrey's got some ideas in his head, and he can talk about those, but I spent some time helping him with some business that was important. Then I spent some time trying to find the Fey folk that had gone missing. No luck. Spent more time doing that, no luck. And, found myself, at the bottom of a bag of cotton candy more often than not. Tried to tool around with Crane a little bit as well on some of his escapades, helping out where I could. But these days, you're most likely going to find me hanging out in a shed somewhere, covered in bits of candy, half conscious and thinking about the good old days.
Odris, you have followed, and in fact, not just followed, but rescued a number of survivors and remnants of the city of Elmara. Through your aid and a dedicated effort, they have rebuilt a small enclave of the shore where the sea is more often than not frozen these days and little fish can be caught. Poncerus has kept you company, and on this day you find him head buried deep in a bag of pixie dust. But tell me, what is it that you've been spending the last 18 years of your life contemplating, and what is it that you're doing on this day?
A long 18 years, and 18 years of them trying to do their best to keep a morale high with the survivors, gathering survivors from that fleed all over the city, setting up search parties, not everyone always coming back. And so the weight of many, many deaths on them, and they do their best to carry on for everyone. They're very worried for Poncerus, as their feelings are wavering, their resolve is wavering, but Audris knows as long as that mechanical heart beats in their chest, they have to keep carrying on.
Ray, you were there that day when the Oracle broke through that door and sealed it behind it and disappeared. 18 years is a long time for these mortals, but for a construct of Warforged, a unique individual like you, what is it that you've been doing for the last 18 years on that eve of your greatest success / greatest defeat?
As soon as the dust had settled and everyone had kind of realized what had happened, Ray stood outside of the sealed door. Her eyes changed to a dull white, almost like a power saver kind of color. She stood in a very rigid position, and a voice left her voice box that wasn't quite as emotional or full of character as normal. Something like, activating Sentinel directive. Will wake when directive meets clarification. And she has not moved since.
Okay. Battered by the winds and snow, the rain, the hail, the tempests, you've remained a silent vigil immovable rather, in front of the gate that the oracle pierced. Leaving us with our final companion, Crane. Man of paper, man of mystery, living spellbook. You have been busy. What is it that you've been up to for the last 18 years?
So if you manage to find Crane's hideaway, which is kept hidden by illusion, but if you step through that aperture, that membrane between, you step into a mile-wide radius of a paper kingdom that he has constructed for himself and around himself. Real to the touch and feel, paper soldiers march along its walls, and a paper kingdom of illusions march up and down its streets. If you manage to find Crane in his study deep within, you would find a Crane who looks much more disheveled. There is singe marks on his paper. There's places where he's used cardboard to kind of patch himself up. But across the walls and across the floors, there is sigils and summoning circles and true names of every kind of beast he's tried to gather in the hopes of summoning the oracle back to the prime material.
Do any of the paper soldiers look like your old allies?
Oh, absolutely. There's a Poncerus, little paper fairy that flies around. There is a Ray. There is an Aeus. There is all my companions.
In your time of research, and you have been busy, you know where your allies are. You maybe visit or don't. You know where Aeus is. You know where Poncerus is. You know where Odlis is.
There is an Odris in the tower with me.
Nice.
As well.
You have finally found the piece that's missing to complete your summoning ritual. You have gathered all the elements, and your research has led you to the point where you know that what you need is a piece of every place that the oracle has been. You have found a bit that you've pulled from the 9 hells. That was the scorch mark that you have on your shoulder. You've traveled to the abyss and retrieved a horn of a demon. That's the thing that you had to plug in with a cardboard box. By the way, if you're looking for a Tailspire map where it's all paper, I didn't know, so I didn't make it, so don't look for it. Thank you for that, by the way.
Wow.
Got it ready.
Amazing description. Yeah, let me just quickly fabricate let me load up Unity and pay them $1 million to do this. Anyway, and so the only piece that's missing, and it took some doing, is you realize and you recognize that the oracle has also been to the plane of the damned and the dead. And all that's missing for you now on your shopping list is liquid life in death's own chest. And with your vast intellect, you've managed to decipher that to simply be the blood of a vampire lord, or at least some kind of vampire. Lucky for you, you do know where there is a vampire pretty confidently. Elmar is now home to countless undead, to drow, to creatures from the Underdark, Duergar, and Sverfneblins and others. And you know for a fact that behind one of the towers, or behind where the statue of Aeus sits, there's a collapsed tower now partially rebuilt that has been claimed by one who claims or counts the name of Viscount Dragon, and he claims that neighborhood is his. That is the last missing piece of your ritual.
All right. Crane turns to the other Crane in the room. He's like, okay, you hold down the fort. I've got to go pay a visit to a gentleman who probably won't be that excited to see me. So, you okay here? Yeah, of course. I'm fine. I'll hold everything down. I'll see you later. Good luck. Give him a kiss on the cheek. And Crane heads out.
Another Crane interrupts you because I want you to talk to yourself some more.
Sorry, Aiden. No, just be safe. Make sure you've got everything prepared. You've got everything. You got keys, wallet. Yes. No, I've got everything. No, I don't have my glasses. Oh, there they are. You just like they fold out of out of vapor onto his face. There we go. Okay, I've got everything. Thank you. Gives him a kiss on the cheek. Keeps going.
Nice. You've got like a lineup of kids, like like a 30 kid families sort of line up to say bye to you. Eventually, you do leave your paper fort, your paper city. Do you make directly for the remnants of Elmara? Do you go fetch your friends? What is the plan?
He very much would like to fetch his friends, but he doesn't want to be a bother as well. So he kind of like takes a circuitous route, knowing generally where they are, hoping that he runs into them. Yeah.
Okay. Well, the accidental place you might bump into them is in the enclave that is not exactly on the way, but if you make a loop big enough, you might accidentally bump into them there.
I just wanted to take the scenic route, you know.
And as you do so, coming in, you can see that the sea itself, again, frozen solid. The ships have not gone anywhere. You can see the outlines of people across this small enclave. And even from this distance, you can see in the middle of one of the frostbitten, covered cobblestone streets, the face in one of the ditches, his face covered again in pixie dust, slowly being shaken awake by Odris. You see Poncerus, who's not doing particularly well on this morning. You guys, or at least Odris, you do see the corner of your eye. It is impossible to surprise you, considering you are the most perceptive person that has ever lived. You see Crane sort of, even though he's kind of turned sideways where he'd be the skinniest possible, you do see him like sort of looking around, pretending not to see what's happening.
Crane, you see Odris has this big vat of soup, trying to bring it to Poncerus so that he would eat literally anything other than candy. And you see he looks up.
Odie, come take a seat here. I got a candy cane for you.
No. You've had too much candy. It is time for you to have something with a little bit of sustenance, okay?
I'm fine. Here, look at this. And I'm going to pull out my longbow, and I'm going to do a trick shot where I'm going to try to shoot a bird out of the air really quickly.
Take a shot. Take a shot.
All right. Let's see. I'm going to use sharpshooter, so I'll take a -5 penalty.
Hell yeah, let's do it.
But it's just like aggressive.
That's a 10. I get a 10.
Nice. You shoot up there. There's no bird, you guys. There have been no birds for a long time. It's sort of like a bunch of them froze.
Quick one. Here's a quick one.
All the birds are dead. Okay. I'm gonna use 2 charges from my staff of healing to cast Lesser Restoration on Poncerus.
Okay. It eliminates the worst of the hangover, the sugar hangover, the rush, the feeling of numbness in your fingers and your toes kind of dissipates. You can feel your wings again, and there haven't been birds, and it's. Ponce, man, being sober right now is like the worst feeling in the world.
You see, I like knock you on the head with my staff of healing, which is basically a pickled heart, my old heart, now extremely pickled and void of really much color. As I tap you on the head with it and cast that spell. You have to get yourself together. Come on.
Oh, my dear, sweet, tinker-hearted man, we used to be so much fun.
There's still the poker nights. If you just don't bet you don't bet your pants for candy again, you'll be allowed back in.
Yeah. Well, what brings the visit?
And I point towards Crane. Crane's like flying towards us, right? Yeah. Or
yeah.
Oh.
Crane is walking like on an angle towards you. Like, oh, hey, Poncerus, and the whole. I mean.
Folds. Come here,
Audrey,
take a
it is so
candy
nice
cane.
to see you. Oh, thank you. That's nice. I'll put it in there. There we go. Safe and sound. Imagine running into you guys here. Audrey, it's so nice to see you both.
You mean at the enclave that I started to bring people together?
Yeah. I was just in town. I was just passing through. On my way to kill a vampire. And
Sorry?
I was like, what?
What did you say?
I just need there's a vampire that I need to kill.
Why do you need to kill a vampire? Where?
He's probably not a very nice man. First of all.
Was he one up there? I still got it.
That's yeah, you do.
In my
Poncerus?
head canon, he made that sound as he.
Yeah, he just goes like, and like there's,
Yeah.
yeah, it's just an arrow.
I
Usually
look
you need
o-
an arrow in the bow to. That doesn't matter.
I look over at Poncerus, seeing just how just disheveled and just like I was like, you know what? Yes, I think me and Ponzi can help you with this. I think the fort can hold itself down.
Oh
It'd
no,
probably
I
be
mean
good
you
for the
guys
two
are
of
probably
us to.
busy.
No, 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 no,
I
no,
mean,
no,
I
no,
was
no,
just
no,
passing
no.
through. But if you're free, gang rides again, huh? Goes to
Fine.
he elbows Poncerus, huh? Partners?
I mean, yeah. Are we still seeing Aeus tomorrow?
Yeah, of course.
All right.
Let's go
Can't
see
be late
Ace.
for that.
No, of course. No, we're going to. When have we ever said no to help you, Crane?
Oh, I mean, I don't want you to go to any fuss. I just.
Oh, it's no fuss. I'll just pack
And
my
you've got
stuff
so much
real
blood in
quick.
your body, and that's what he eats. So
Me? It's okay. My blood is made of rainbows. You probably won't like it anyway.
that's true. I've always said that.
Hmm.
It'd be very unpalatable to a vampire. I've always said that.
Why are we going after a vampire?
I need his blood. Well, I need his lifeblood. For a little for the project that I'm working on. Maybe I didn't quite tell you about it. Maybe we should walk and talk. We can walk and talk.
This have to do with getting them demon names? That was fun. Doing some fighting monsters. Stuff?
Yeah, a little bit connected with that. A little bit to do with that. I thought, wouldn't it be funny if we got the whole gang back together, Ray, and even though he was only part of it for a short amount of time, the Oracle really, I feel like, made a big impact.
What
So
are you not
maybe-
telling us? You can't put these past me. Come on.
I'm trying to summon back the Oracle.
What for? For utter
'Cause-
destruction again?
No. I know it sounds very silly, but I still think or believe, maybe is better, that that they were doing what was best. And maybe the only way I can think that might be true is that you remember when they said that the possible fatalities of what they were about to do by opening that gate was 50 to 100%.
Mm-hmm.
And that was acceptable. That must mean that not doing it, letting magic just die from the world, that must have guaranteed killed us all.
What brings you to this conclusion? Seems like a lot of speculation, Crane, and you don't seem to be one to speculate.
It was the smartest thing around. Maybe the smartest being that has ever lived. It is the only logical way this could proceed.
Or it was programmed by a god. And the gods had their own hubrises too. They were no better than us. But they had power and they abandoned us.
Wait, so why do you
Yeah,
want to
or
bring
that.
it back?
To get the answer.
I look back at the Enclave and I'm like, Elmara is gone forever, and I don't even want it back. Half the people who live here were never even allowed to enter Elmara.
Yeah.
If we do this, we have to make sure that they're safe. The three of us, we don't care if we survive. I already know. Looking at the two of you, our self-esteem is a combination of very
Top of my game.
Is it more than a day to Elmara?
No, it's not. From where you are, if you were to walk, sure. If you did literally anything else, with being level 15, I'm sure you could find a way to get there a little faster than that. But walking, yeah, you're about a day out.
I could get there in the morning if you let me rest. I could get us there.
Wait a minute.
Like this.
You mentioned Ray. You saying we should try to wake up Ray?
I mean,
Because I tried
think-
a couple times.
yeah,
being
no, I
honest.
know. We're getting so close now, and I wouldn't want her to miss out.
Does she need power or energy, or what does she need? Is it directed? I don't know. I'm not an engineer. What do we need to do to wake her up?
I'll have to have another look, but it's been a while. But I'm sure I can figure something out.
Okay, but all that aside, what we're doing is we're going to kill a vampire.
Yeah, just for now,
All right.
vampire killing.
Easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
I look over at Poncerus and I'm like, I think we need to figure out how to get Ray. I think we'll need all the help we can get.
Oh yeah, no, I agree. I just don't know I haven't been to visit her in a while, so maybe with working together we'll be able to figure something out.
I may. Can you know a lot more than me when it comes to engineering? Do you think she's in a self-chosen sort of sleep status? Do you think she needs a boost, a power up? I know there's no magic or technology outside of the things that we can do ourselves. Because I might have something if she needs a boost.
I might.
How much time have you gone back to see Ray since it all happened?
I have gone back a couple times,
Okay.
but not to
Probably
investigate, more to just sort of have like solemn, quiet moments.
Okay.
I feel like you would have been noticing that like a bird nest has been slowly like occupied on her head, and every year it's like a different family of birds.
Has she?
Yeah.
Were you guys? Did they hear you when you like went into power saving mode and what you had said?
I think that it would have been pretty clear. I think
Okay.
that like when it happened, it was like a loud announcement. She was like takes her axe, dun, dun, dun.
Okay, so
Like,
you know for a fact she's waiting for the oracle to come back. Like that's sort of
Mhm.
where
Mm.
Ray is at. So
Yeah.
you don't know if like telling her it's coming back or whatever. Like maybe that'll be enough. But if she's not broken, she's just like purposefully decided to wait.
She's taking a little nap.
How far is she from us, from the Enclave?
Oh, she's by the town. Like the gate
Oh, perfect.
to
yeah.
Elmara is like just outside through the valley or the plains of war.
Perfect. Okay. We should probably head out as fast as we can then.
All right. Do you guys decide then to walk, or do you choose to go a different way? You can walk and get there the next day if you want to.
I don't have any transport stuff unless we take a rest.
Folds, you want to
You guys have horses?
dippity boppity us there?
I can bippity. Did I prepare any bippities?
Yeah, I mean, listen, I can fly. It's fine.
That's true. I can.
And
I
to answer
almost
your
feel like
question,
there's-
horses are generally have become food. Like there's very little.
Oh.
Yeah, they got done at.
While they figure out how they're getting there, can I have 1.5 minutes to pee?
Yes,
I
this is
drink
a
too much
perfect time.
water way too fast,
This
and now
is-
I'm like,
perfect.
shit.
Perfect,
I'll
go
be
for it.
right-
And they
I'll
can
be right
decipher how to get there. If you guys can walk, like I don't think it's gonna be backbreaking. It's fine. Like, it's okay.
Frank, so
Yeah.
you want to summon the Oracle to what? To ask it to tell you the thing that it's been figuring out?
Yeah, pretty much.
Do you think it'll... Okay, I got 2 questions. Question
Yeah.
1. What if it hasn't figured it out yet?
Well, I would say, a bit of a slow poke, huh?
All
You know,
right,
it's
fair.
been
fair.
a little bit.
Question 2. Last time we saw this thing, it decked Aes in a second. We couldn't touch it. It seemed to be so uninterested in anything other than its goal. Do you think, like, what makes you think it would change? Do you got a strategy or something? Just gonna... No
Yeah, I got a
offense.
plan.
You got a plan this time.
I got a bit of a plan. I mean, it's hard to know. I figure, it's we saw it absorb some of the energy of those runes, and if it's been in the hells this entire time, maybe it has become more fiendish as a result. That's actually better, since a lot of magic actually deals. He just kind of like goes on about the nature of magic and fiends and how he can, like, it's easier to bind a fiend than bind whatever it was.
Sure. So
cetera.
you guys have got.
Um,
I'll say you guys have started getting your things. Are just you're walking and talking like you're. You're,
Would it be ridiculous that Crane creates a illusion, like you see that kind of like ink kind of like flow off of him into a giant airship? Well, not a giant, a kind of like 20-foot long airship, and then he can use his bonus action to make it real.
Sure. So what it manifests as is like a giant paper airplane.
Yeah.
And there's
Like that.
enough like between Udais and your magic, you guys can generate enough gusts of wind to like lift it, and you guys are holding on to like this enormous giant paper airplane that it's like kind of awkward at first because it does a lot of this.
Yeah.
It's not like the most. There's a moment where like it kind of
Just
dips
once it gets a little momentum behind it, it's good. It's good. It's good.
Yeah. So sure, at level
Whee!
15, absolutely. You guys manifest like a giant paper airplane, and over the course of the next 4 hours. So the reason for the length of the journey is more about the terrain blocking than like the actual physical distance. So you fly over a few mountains, you get past through the natural thresholds, the swamps, and sure enough, fairly quickly, the wind buffets and the weather is kind of terrible. Constantly now around the gate, it is constantly just raining and storming. Which eventually soaks the paper airplane through, which forces your landing. But you're unmolested. You arrive in front of the gate, and they're sort of partially encrusted. In fact, I think I still have the map, unless I don't think I got rid of it. There it is. I think it's this one. Let me make sure. Yeah, standing in front of the broken gate, you see still there. Ray, now kneeling, sort of sitting down. The earth around her has like kind of grown. The minerals, you can see bird nests kind of enshrined or like in various spots of her. Her axe still buried deep. No, her axe would have been put away because it's part of your body, I think, right?
I think that just for cool sake, I'm like standing like
Perfect. And she's like completely immobile. There's a thin layer of like sort of blasted sand that has accrued on her over time, but there she is, unchanged, unmoved of the last 18 years.
Hey, Ray. God. Goddamn birds. I'm gonna fly over and start like cleaning bird poop off of her for a little bit.
You got it.
their birds like scatter and start like yelling at you
Yeah,
from
get
the
outta
rock.
Some vultures are like "Ah, ah," sort of like backing away, like there's a bit of a
That's
scene,
prime real estate.
but you've managed to like shoo off most of the wildlife that's here, and you're cleaning her off.
Shout out one of them.
Her eyes are like covered in a thin layer of dust, but you can still kind of see. It's like a iPhone on the lowest brightness.
She looks like the guys from Daft Punk right now.
Drew a craft of a little gust of wind to blow the dust off.
Perfect.
Crane does what he always does when he visits Ray, although it's been a little bit since he's been kind of obsessed with the summoning, and just like shows her like moments from what he's experienced, his life, things she's missed, just as illusions, like fully realized in front of her. And then I went all the way and I saw the sea, and I didn't get in because it would have made me very soggy. And then
I feel like a patient that's in a coma and all her friends come and visit her.
It's kind of what's happening.
I think she hears it all.
Yeah, I'm sure she like.
I think she's logging it away in her hard drive.
It's like Eve from Wall-E. Like she might be asleep, but she's still getting all the images.
I
and
forgot
everything.
about that whole little. I've seen that movie once, decades
and
ago.
then I went to the abyss and I got a big horn, and he was not very happy to give it up, but I got it anyway. And all of this is to tell you, we're gonna bring the oracle back, and I know you're having a nap, and I don't want to interrupt your sleep. But if you wanted to see the Oracle as well, then it'd be really nice to have you there. I guess we could wheel you there. I could teleport you, I guess, if you want to stay as you are. And I don't know how you would say yes to that though. So I just wanted to let you know that we're going to go see the Oracle, and it'd be nice to see you there as well.
I'm gonna let the GM decide if Ray has the ability to end her directive, or if there were hard parameters set that
Natural
she's beholden
20.
to.
Absolutely.
Oh,
You absolutely hear the entire exchange, and that whenever you hear the word, it's like kind of, I guess, Voldemort. I don't know. You hear the word the Oracle, which is part
Yeah, I
of your
think that
directive, and
triggers-
immediately, like, you hear everything, and you could shoot. You can hear it. You can end your sleep if you want to, or you can remain until it actually shows up. It's in your purview, but you have the choice to make if you want it.
I think that by you saying that you're like, I'm understanding that you are trying to summon it would perhaps satisfy the conditions of her directive, and you'll see like they'll be like silent for a second, and then the light will kind of like slowly brighten up in her eyes, and there'll be like a stiff but there's like a lot of junk around, and then you just hear like a voice. Her jaw isn't going to move, and she'll just say, Sentinel directive deactivated. Time in stasis 6,574 days, 3 hours, 15 minutes, 6 seconds. Hello. New directive. New directive.
Hey, Ray.
She's
New
like,
directive. Talk to your say hello to your friends.
hello, Crane, wizard,
Hi.
friend of Ray. Hello, Ponsiris,
Hey.
ranger. I was trying to remember what your class is. Friend of Ray. Hello, Audrice, druid, friend of Ray. Attempting to retrieve memory database. Please wait. And then she's going to continue to try and like move all of her joints and like get her brain back.
There's a moment where, like, you look around, there's a file in your brain that says that, and then you remember the conversations that you had, and you are aware that A is gone. She visited you for the first 15 years until she suddenly stopped, and maybe
no.
on the last foray out there, one of your allies probably told you what happened to her.
Trying to think if she would probably acknowledge ally missing Aes for 3 years.
Yeah.
And then she starts kind of like moving her neck back and forth. Loading complete.
From where you guys are, you can see in the distance, like even from where you are, especially you with all of you have, at least Odris and Ray, you can see the walls of Elmara, the broken down city walls of Elmara. You can see from where you are the glow of various green arcane, necromantic energies that like sort of permeate the city now. You can see the frozen plains in front of you crusted with like ice, the hail that's coming down near constantly. But there sits the city, and if you're to take on a vampire, perhaps the present is not a bad time to do it. But what
You would see. Sorry.
No, what do you want to do?
You would see that since it's been 18 years, especially for Ray, at least Adris looks very different. Not really aged, but their hair is all the way braided down to their butt. They don't wear the same kind of like very tight leather pants. They're more like functional cargo pants, and the robe is replaced by something just a little bit more hefty, like more worn in danger, like in a dangerous environment, less pretty, pristine. And they're going to pull out their sickle, pull their hair to the front, and be like, Well, this looks like it's going to be a bit serious, and I don't want somebody grabbing my hair. Normally I do, but, you know. And I'm going to cut off my hair, and I'm going to put it in my bag for later keeping.
I'm sorry, Audrey. I can make you new hair later if you'd like.
No, it's okay.
Sorry.
You know, new me, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm
Right,
gonna
it's good to
turn.
see you.
It is my pleasure. I have one request. Are any of you in possession of a lubricant? And she creaks.
A oil can appears in Crane's hand, folds
She's
up,
gonna,
and then
yeah, she's gonna move like the Tin Man from
Nice.
Wizard of
Yeah,
Oz, and
just and there. Yeah, that's fine.
Andres is like reaching towards his bag. He's like, "Oh, oil. It's way better for this." Okay, yes.
Yeah, water-based lubricants tend to rust. As he gets Ray in working order.
as you're doing that, Ponsiris, you have very high blood sugar levels.
Yeah.
We're working on it.
She's
It's
gonna start.
fine.
She's
Look at
gonna
this.
start
Check
repeating
this
like
out.
your medical
Ray,
data
Ray,
out loud.
Ray,
Yeah.
check this out. And I'm just gonna start shooting at stuff.
Nice.
The sound effects really add to the spirit.
Yeah.
And then she
Yes.
repeats what you said.
Yeah. Every time you strike now, it's gonna have to be pew pew.
Oh yes, Ponsiris's candy addiction has really affected his personality and his health.
You weren't
Overall.
complaining about it when I helped you find that planetar wing.
Yeah, because I used lesser restoration on you like 8 times.
Sorry, I'm
Yeah.
not complaining. I'm just stating.
I have observed that
Yeah.
fleshlings turn to such devices when sad. Ponsiris,
I
do
ain't
you
sad.
want a hug? I can enter therapy mode if that would please you.
Nah, sorry. I'll
It's
take
for
a. I'll
18
take. I'll
minutes.
take a little hug, but I don't therapy mode.
She
Ponsiris will
goes,
like fly over.
you feel her give you a hug.
Oh, that's it. Okay,
I-
a little too tight.
Apologies.
I turn to Crane and I'm like, "Is 3 people enough for an intervention, or does it need to be more than this?"
I'm a pixie.
Do we need to?
I don't need no. Listen, it's fine. I don't even have blood to have blood sugar. It's just sugar. It's fine.
Your feelings we are worried about, mon petit chou, not your diabetes,
Oh,
diabetes or something.
Fey beaties.
I just assumed that's what he wanted to do.
Oh no.
I look around at like you know, book friend and robot friend, and I'm like, okay, we can do this. We can do this.
Ace was really a balance on the group, huh?
Idris,
I'm gonna
Idris.
rip my
it's a
axe
grumpy
out
uncle.
of the ground and then like reattach it into my arm compartments.
You got it.
I admit that I might have been spending a little bit less time in the world and a little bit more time in the candy aisle, so to speak. But have I not been reliable every time it's mattered?
Of course.
Who cares, man? The world's over. Let me just live my life. Listen, I'm here to help. We're gonna do what we need to. Crane, I trust your idea. I think what you're saying has a point. I want to go kill some goddamn vampire. That sounds cool. If this gets in the way, we'll deal with it, but I don't think it will.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you and your allies begin collecting your things and move towards the city. Or
I think I'm gonna keep the bird nest straw like around my head. It's almost like a funny little hat.
nice.
A bird will randomly like perch on and just like come with us like a crow.
You watch as you approach the remnants of Elmara. But the city has been reborn to some extent. I'll show you. There's the map. Let me just make it a little bit,
It looks haunted as hell.
Ready.
a little bit brighter. Perfect. Part of the walls have been reconstructed, and you know for a fact that there are countless undead that sort of roam the city streets. You are, however, the most potent and powerful people that you know anywhere. You've not met anyone stronger than you on this plane at the very least. The doors of the gate are broken. There's still some part of the wall that's been rebuilt, but even through the cracks you can see and hear the moans of you see the fleeting spirits of the cursed, the undead, the damned, those that dwell here against their will, and there are many. And the drow, the Dwergar, walk amongst them undisturbed, as if this was just any other part of the day. You can hear the cries of perhaps somebody trying to loot, and you know that there are still some mortals and others that come here trying to loot the remnants of magic from the city, and if they get caught by any of the denizens here, it never ends well. But from where you are, the most direct route, you know where the statue of Aes stands, on this little dais of rocks that's been built, with an eternal flower standing in front of it, and immediately behind her, you know that there, in this broken tower, sits the residence of this vampire that has taken residence there. What do you guys want to do? How do you want to get there?
This might piss you off, Rackham.
No, please don't. Please do.
Okay. As we get to like the edge of the city, Crane is gonna stand. He's like, I might need 10 minutes, and then we'll have a way in. Is that okay?
Yeah, it's fine. Got plenty of time
Okay.
for a cane.
And I'm gonna go look at Aes' statue. Like,
So she's inside, like you'd have to walk through the city to get to the plaza where her
Oh.
statue is.
I thought we were already there.
No,
Sorry.
no, it's fine. No, you're good. That's where it is. You can get there if you don't. You can just
I look
literally
at
walk
it
there. Yeah,
through my binoculars. Oh,
Uh,
you got it.
I
Okay.
feel like we'll visit the statue first. I'll make the route through there and then to the tower. I feel like it's been some time since there was any greenery around here. It seems like Elmara deserves some. And as that 10 minutes kind of gets closer, you see grass start to sprout underneath Crane's fingers. At first it looks like unfolding paper, and then it becomes the real thing, spreads out, and starts to rush over the city in a mile radius.
Jesus.
Every structure is enclosed in thick brackets of wood and vine. The main street becomes an entire river with a boat waiting for us. I have cast a 7th level spell, Mirage Arcane, which essentially allows me control over the environment.
Amazing.
Within a mile radius.
You watch as this river that flows in with the boat very quickly. Like you can hear the cracks of like ice starting to form, but it's still not fast enough to like freeze the river over. You can easily get on your boat and start making your way down the major.
It's of course a paper boat.
It's what?
It's a paper boat, of course.
Perfect. Yeah, of course.
course.
It's a folded paper boat. Yeah. Did you guys board the ship? This new paper ship that's arrived.
Go.
oh yeah.
Crane gives himself a little ship's captain hat.
Amazing. A
Hey.
little tricorn hat.
Pretty
Can
dang
I build
cool.
this? Let me see. Can I build this fast
It's
enough?
pretty dang cool, Crane.
I guess you could just raise the water level.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna delete all of this. Like, we're gonna just do this. Let
Oh
me see if
no,
I can.
it's so pretty.
Hang on, let's
Oh,
do
no.
that.
Perfect. Get rid of it.
Hang on.
Fill it with 7th level spell.
I need to
power.
learn all the shortcuts for this software because it takes me so long to make
There.
stuff.
There's the water. Cool.
Idris,
Oh.
how's the town going?
It's okay, you know. A lot of raids, bandits, and creatures, but we're doing okay. You know, we're training people. It is not all fun and games, but the children are happy and they're kept safe.
As you're talking and sort of floating down the river, you watch as the undead, like the mindless undead, the zombies kind of fall in the water and get swept
Yeah.
into.
And there's like a rows of like forest thick woods being like sprouted up next to the river as we just kind of travel down to block us off from anyone who'd see us.
Amazing. As you guys are going down, nothing interferes with you. The specters are the ones that are smart enough to know what's happening, also know enough not to interfere with whomever just literally folded reality and space to make this happen. You guys are completely unperturbed, and as you arrive towards the edge where hang on, I need a boat.
You did that so fast.
Well, I play with Tailspire a lot because I like it. Yeah. And tomorrow or Friday when I do the charity stream, they've given me 10 codes to give away as well. So, if people want to join it, as we hit like donation milestones, we'll give away codes for Tailspire and people can use it at home. You get to the edge where the statue is, and you see, sort of meandering out of his mansion or like this tower, immediately behind the tower, a vampire dressed in like a nightgown, like he was about to go to bed, and he steps out. He's got like a cravat. He's got like a
bunny slippers. His
coffee,
he's got his coffee. He's got like a drink.
Yeah, he's got a drink. He's got like a hot. He's got
newspaper.
a hot blood tea that he's got in his hands. And he comes out. This neighborhood is quickly going down the drain. This is unacceptable. I was trying to get some rest. What is the meaning of this?
Yeah, gentrification, huh?
Unbelievable. I moved here. The prices for real estate, dirt cheap, bottom, very nice. Now, what am I going to... I'm not waterfront. I can't even cross the river. It's moving water. What are you doing to me?
Is he wearing a tracksuit?
He should be. He has like a cigarette behind his ear. He's wearing Adidas. It's all Adidas. For some reason.
Oh, God.
Hey,
there's some hard bass playing inside.
You seem like a great guy, and I don't want to. Well, you are an undead monster, so I'm gonna let you know.
Monster's a big word. I cannot help what I am. You are Paperman. I don't know.
Yeah,
I feel like Ray is gonna loudly or ask Crane out loud, how much blood did you need from the vampire?
Well, I mean, you never have enough.
What do you mean?
An exact science. As like a forest kind of grows around and like enclosing him in.
We should make running water around.
Yes, there's little vampire children, and we are seeking good blood donations from elder vampires. That's how vampires work, right? It is like people, right? Yes, donate blood donations for little vampire children.
That makes no sense. What are you talking about blood so much?
They're right here when you guys are ready.
This is a stereotype. It's very reductive for vampire. We've done a lot for the community over the years. We are here a long time. We provide a connection to the past. I know a lot of history and information. What blood are you talking about?
Yours, the life essence within your chest. I mean, if you could give it over,
my finger
without you
turns
dying,
into a giant syringe because I have like tools in my hands.
All right, you guys are deranged. Make an intimidation check, please. Like this guy was about to fall asleep. A river appears around the house, and now he's being enclosed in.
Or are we negotiating away?
No, you're intimidating.
We're asking him nicely for a blood donation. Otherwise, we'd have
exactly.
Yeah, I think the intimidation feels about right. Yeah. If some guy showed up to my house and say, "Hey, how much do you like your house?" Like, they could be polite about it, but I know what they're saying. The guy has a
great game. I rolled a 3.
Nice, very good.
Hold on. I think I could roll an intimidation because
whoever's talking is fine. Yeah.
I did pull a syringe out of my finger, and I did say out loud in front of him, "How much of his blood do we need?"
It's funny that we're going to a vampire asking him, "Hey, can we have your blood?"
Oh my gosh! I thought
good.
I would have a high intimidation, but I forgot that intimidation is charisma and not
you
strength.
you can use strength as a modifier instead.
Okay.
Got a 17?
17's pretty good.
No, I got a 12.
I got a 3.
Guilt trip him
it doesn't matter. The vampire immediately
I got a 27. I shoot an arrow and shoot his nightcap off.
As he's looking,
27. Are you scared of me yet?
He looks at all of you and he goes, Right, okay. How much blood do you want? I have a few vials if you like.
No, it has to come from you.
Yeah, that's
is
right.
the
I've been
thing.
storing blood of mine for years, just in case of emergency. Do you think you're the first people to come here and ask for my blood? Like, really?
No,
Insight
I
check.
mean, actually, I would think so. I didn't think it'd be
Make an
a-
insight. Absolutely make an insight
Can I,
check.
can I insight as well?
Yeah, sure, absolutely. Whoever wants to.
15.
15? Okay,
20.
perfect.
23.
He's not lying. Like, he literally has, like, vials of blood that is his. So if you want, like, blood that is congealed, that's good enough. Otherwise, extracting blood out of me, I cannot do, you know? But, like, this, I can give you. I can give you, like...
Let me check. And you see vines grow through his tower, collecting the bottles
Sure.
that found within, and like drag them out towards Crane.
Well, that's too many. I need some backup in case I can't find any. You know, do you know how hard it is to find living?
No, I'll just take what I need, you know, and I'm fine to leave you with what you also need. I'm looking at the vials. Is this what I need?
Yeah, it's absolutely what you need.
It's just like blood
his-
that is
it-
taken from him.
Yeah, it's his blood that he's been storing for a while. That's how he made his Hut blood tea that he's drinking right now. But
This
he's
is blood.
yeah, he's terrified of
I guess.
Poncerus right now. Like, he's actually looking past all of you and just looking at this tiny, and you realize that the vampires generally don't like Fae because of contract negotiation issues historically. He can't be invited in, but if he's invited in, then, you know, he's agreeing to, like, it's always been an issue with pixies and fairies and other things. So he looks at Ponce and
They're
he's like,
better at his game than he is.
yeah, he doesn't like it. And this one is muscled and surrounded by, like, degenerates that are modifying the world. So he's willing to play ball and just give you what you want.
Plus, Poncerus can make it can make stakes appear where he wants. So.
Yeah, he's got, like, flying stakes on an arrow. Like, it's fine. So this vampire that was meant to be an encounter instead pulls a bunch of out and just hands them to you.
Oh well, I mean,
Maybe
I'll
you can
take.
try.
Thank
A
you
little-
for
a
your
few-
donation.
Hey,
We
thank
We
you
will
so much.
we will see you next year with the gift
just-
basket.
The children
Hate
will be
to
happy.
ask. Have you this blood, and I know it's come from you, but originally these come from like innocent mortals that used to be in the town?
Not this town. I used to live far away castle, nighttime all the time, very nice. And then I heard this place was fallen down, no sun, so I can come out and hang out. Bigger than my old place. I've collected this over the centuries, you know. Some of it, I'm afraid to say, came from animals, which is my greatest regret. Some were like people, some, you know, yeah.
More people. Okay.
Yeah,
Oh well,
yeah.
fantastic. You see
When
the
we
river
catch-
start to.
When we catch
Flow
here
the other
miscreants
way?
breaking into my house, we often just eat, you know. But that's sorry. What happens to the river?
Yeah. The river starts to flow the other way, and then the ground underneath him just immediately transforms into running water.
Under
What
the
hap-
vampire?
Yeah.
Okay, I need you to
spell
roll.
is wild.
Roll a dex.
Yeah,
roll
it's-
initiative. Just roll initiative for me.
Yeah, sure.
I rolled a
We
7.
all-
Uh,
do we- oh,
That is a
yeah.
16.
You watch as the vampire in his pajama pants, in his Adidas pajama pants, his night robe, his nightcap, his tea in hand, who's now handed you exactly what you want. This old vampire, who, you know, would have been happy to just invite you in and chit chat and get to know you, stumbles and falls in running water, and within moments is completely obliterated as the running water he cannot stand in. He doesn't have the wherewithal, the reaction to turn himself into anything, and because he didn't finish his blood drive of the day, his powers are like kind of barely functional. He is just in an instant unmade into dust, and the dust is just carried over by your river.
Vampires have so many weaknesses,
God.
guys.
when that happens, Ponce is gonna turn to Odris and I think this guy, and he's gonna point to Crane. I think this guy might be going through some stuff. That was intense.
You see as a number of creatures that were sort of walking around the tower go, "Oh, we're free! Thank you. And instantly, you watch the undeads, the zombies, the creatures that lurk in the dark descend on these poor commoners and like shred them to pieces.
Well, I mean, I can make fortifications between them and the undead.
I don't know that there's enough time. Sure, you know what? Make another initiative roll, all of you who want to intervene here, because as the commoners with 1 hit point, they're no longer vampires spawn, just like find themselves in the middle of town of undead.
I got a 20.
Okay.
I got an 11.
Okay.
13.
Yeah.
17.
Okay. You save 2 commoners, and the others are just like instantly, and you hear just like the howling, the zombies, the skeletons just start feasting. These 2 immediately kind of running up to you. There's a gap between you and them of the water, and they just plunge in the water to swim towards you. What do you want to do with these 2 commoners that are now like hitched to you?
I can make structures within this area. So as they run towards me, I just kind of create a little stone wall around them, and then from that I lift them up, create a stone like tower that's like blockaded with like
Your
like a
Minecraft?
portcullis.
Are you Minecrafting them for the night? Is that what's happening?
I give them a little Minecraft base, and I'm like, hey, congratulations on succeeding. Just so you know, you got 10 days, and then this is gonna go away. So I've left some food in there. It should be fine. And then you guys, you made it this far. I
You
believe
could
in you.
always like make like a little protected tunnel out of the city, right? You can do anything.
Yeah, no, I can do that. Yeah, that makes sense.
We're just outside the front door.
Yeah, sure.
Or you can keep him trapped in this tower for 10 days.
The other way, I create a little tunnel for them as we step back on the boat and
Perfect.
away on the river.
This spell is I've never heard of it
It's
before.
it's so cool. Well,
yeah.
so usually it can only like it makes a thing and then it's you pick it ahead of time what it does, kind of thing. What the terrain.
But because
turns
you're an
into.
illusionist, it's different, right?
I can sculpt it as I go. Yeah, it's insane. So you make an area. You make terrain in up to a mile square look, sound, smell, and even feel like some but other terrain's general shape remains the same. However, open fields or a road could be made to resemble a swamp, hill, crevasse, or some other difficult or impassable terrain. A pond can be made to seem like a grassy meadow, a precipice like a gentle slope, or a rock-strewn gully like a wide and smooth road. You can alter the appearance of structures, add them where none present. The spell doesn't disguise, conceal, or add creatures. It is audible, visual, tactile. It can turn clear ground into difficult terrain or otherwise impede movement through the area. Any piece of the illusion can't exit the place, but otherwise, yeah. It
Nice.
makes me like God within the area.
So in this place that is now like your little kingdom, which is how you built your paper kingdom, you have, vials of vampire blood. And that was the last bit that you needed. For the sake of timeliness, that where Muzaffar, your old owner, your friend, used to do his rituals, the chamber of that he kept, that is where you've accumulated and accrued all the other components. And if you are to attempt a ritual of summoning, that is probably the place to do it. But it's up to you guys to decide where you want to go at this point.
I guess as we go, all kind of like traveling down the river on the boat. I guess. I mean, it's up to you guys. I've set a few parameters, around my own place, but it's most likely to work. Where
You would notice, and Ponce, you would have noticed this over the years. After the heat of battle, if there was like deaths, there's just a moment where Audris disassociates, having not been able to save another person, and there's just kind of, whatever you think is right, Crane.
Yeah, I just mean we could go more safe, but less likely to work, or we could be a bit riskier and have this thing probably happen.
we should probably just do it.
Okay.
It's just the 4 of us now.
Yeah.
Yeah, OJC, or Matt, you're coming a tiny bit quiet. I think your mic is a little bit. I don't know if it's a little
Pumping up the gain. How's this sound? Good?
a bit better.
Cool.
Pump it up.
Pump it up.
The 4 of you then head to the Chamber of Rituals. It is the passage to it is obtained. You have to make your way through sort of the rubble of the old tower. There's a small teleportation sigil that you can that's sort of hidden in a common item. Think like whatever, like a port key almost kind of energy, but you know where it is, Crane, and you guys are able to find yourself somewhere beneath the city, and I will show you what it looks like. This one, the Hallowed Halls. Yes. Excellent. As you arrive in this sacred place, holy place, well, at least holy for those who are practitioners of the arcane, you see that it is in a very good condition still. It has been built to withstand, like incredible disastrous situations, and though the city fell, magic here is not a core component of keeping it together. To get here, yes, but to then maintain it, no. There is a central bridge that cuts to a central plaza, and there the altar where the ritual can be completed sits. It is isolated from the other edges, so that if anything shows up that's, maybe not too welcome, there's at least a little bit of time and place to maintain this away from the rest of the city. That was the thinking at the time. You have all the other elements here. The piece of demon horn, the element from the hells, the wing of a planetar from the celestial realms, and now from the plane of the damned and the dead, you have a vial of vampire blood. What is it that you want to do? Because you're at the final stage to attempt the summoning of the Oracle.
I'm gonna stand in the central altar. I use the blood to kind of create a magic circle, inscribing it at the points of power with the artifacts that I've gathered.
Do we think something's going to fight us? Just while you're doing this, Crane.
Probably, yeah. Devils are pretty sneaky, and they've gotten the best of me a few times.
I'm gonna cast Freedom of Movement on Ray.
You
As
got it.
like just like light and just stars just emit from my hand. They look darker than they have before as they hit you.
All my dusty joints blast all the dust out.
Perfect.
The squeak goes away. That hit the spot. Thank you.
Where do you guys want to stand in this platform? Where are you guys? So I've got Crane on the altar itself, this enormous altar.
I would stand right next to Crane.
You got it. Ponzi, where are you standing?
I'd like to be up in the air, a little bit back.
Okay, I'll put you over here. And Odise, where are you?
I think I'm going to stay a little bit. I'm going to stay here. If I can stay within 30 feet of everybody, including Ponzi, I will. But if not, because he's flying up, I won't.
I can stay. I don't need to be that.
I would have been like, hey, stay close, okay?
I got you, bud.
Okay.
Yeah, everybody's within 30 feet of you.
Okay.
Crane, I need you to please make an Arcana check for me.
So 21.
As you begin to draw the circle with a vampire's blood, you make the sigil. So every plane usually needs a tuning fork that's attuned to that place to transport yourself there, but all of them also have a symbol that is represented, and you draw the symbol of the plane of the damned as the circle. You do so successfully. Your next Arcana check has advantage. I need you to make another one for the Hells, the Abyss, or Mount Celestia.
Guidance.
Don't forget your guidances.
Oh, thank you. So this is for Celestia. Ooh, thankfully, that is a 26.
You
Lucky I
place
had
the
advantage,
wing.
or that would have been a natural one.
You place the wing of the Planetar, the feathers, the bloody feathers, across, and as you place them again in the same sort of symbol, drawing the sigil of Mount Celestia, they begin to burn up, leaving ashes on the ground in that shape. The smell of incense filling the air. You have advantage on your next check. Again, you succeeded. You're killing this, and they're gonna, Anyway, there are consequences to this. What is the next plane that you're doing?
So I've done the like the Shadowfell or Undead plane.
Yeah.
Celestial.
So you
I
you
guess
have
the
the
Abyss.
Abyss and the Hells left.
Yeah.
Okay.
Abyss.
Guidance again.
That is
again.
a 29.
Jesus.
Let's go.
Do you have AJ's dice? What's happening, man?
I know, right? That's.
I'm calling out your percentage of success. So if like the DC was like 115% success.
Yeah, like
Thank you.
with this, you place the horn of the Goristro that you had to hunt down in the Abyss. This enormous minotaur-like demon that is the size of like a tower, muscular as can be, and you place that enormous horn in the middle of the sigil again, and it burns up with a terrifying scream that rips, leaving enough bone powder, for you to create the sigil of the Abyss, leaving nothing but the 9 hells left. I need you to make a final. So the DC started at 15, 20, 25. And you know what that last number is? Can you achieve 30? It's possible. A night 20 will do the trick as well.
I'm like, you have 5% chance of success. I don't know what the actual number is. But Ray knows.
It's close.
Oh wait, 1 sec. What did you get? Because I might be able to.
The D20s rolled terribly.
What was your total?
My total is 17
With the guidance?
with the guidance. I rolled a D4 on the 4 on the D4. Sorry, I rolled a 4 on the D4, but I
On the
rolled a
D20.
2 and a 3 on the D20.
Wow.
Ooh, a 2 and a 3. That's pretty bad.
Inspiration. Inspiration.
With that, you attempt the last bit. It is successful, but it is not. Anyway, I'll explain what happens.
2% efficiency.
Yeah,
Better
bugged
luck
that one up.
next
I'm
time.
sorry.
What do you mean?
The entirety of the chamber is plunged into darkness. You hear as if 1,000 flies are filling the space. A cacophony of cries that echo and bellow, the winds pulled out of the hells, and you hear a choir of angels cry out in pain and disaster as ripping through 1, 2, 3, 4, the same familiar blackened spider-like protrusions from the oracle rip through nothingness. And you see as you pull, essentially using an arcane or a gate spell to name the oracle its true name, bathing the entirety of the place in a blackish red light. You feel the heat bellow out of that opening, and standing in front of you, burn-pitted edge transformed, the enormity of the oracle that passes through the gate. You have 3 successful of 4 checks, and with those 3 successful checks, you have muted 3 of the stolen powers from the realms that it has taken, rendering the oracle significantly less dangerous. And as it steps through, it looks to you, and then we go to a cutscene. before we roll initiative, just for a moment.
Before the cutscene, Ray
Yep.
is going to be like 25% efficiency.
Thank you, Ray.
Let me just get the oracle in here. Ah,
Angelis kicks off his boots and puts his slippers back on, having seen the vampire in slippers. If I'm going to die, I'm going to die comfortably.
hell yeah.
That's
Where
the
is
spirit.
it? There he is. There we go. I need this. I need to set to
Oh,
the right.
boy.
Oh,
Do you
Here
make
he
these in
is.
Hero Forge?
this one I made in Hero Forge, absolutely.
I
And then
think it's a bit too big. I think.
with Hero Forge, you can then import them.
Yeah, I think you made it one size too big.
Nope. No. No, this is right. This is correct.
Agree to disagree, I guess.
Agree. It's fine. It's fine. As he steps through, or as it steps through, you can see the marks of all the travels it has done. The hells, the abyss, the celestial realms, the Shadowfell, Pandemonium. It has gone to Primus, Mechanus. It has gone everywhere. It has searched high and low. And as it passes through, it stands now in front of you. It scans, and it sees the four of you. We have traveled countless years. Time is irrelevant. We have obtained the knowledge, the question, why is magic disappearing? We have found the answer. You are the strongest of this realm. None are stronger than you. And for the first time in its history, the Oracle will ask you a question. Do you wish to know the truth?
Please. Please.
Affirmative.
I was made for this.
The gods have grown tired and weary of you. They have grown bored of their creation. Some have grown wroth. There was fighting. There was killing amongst them. Until finally, they took what they had and they left. In their wisdom, they thought, let this world strive or die by its own merits. It lays undefended. Your sun is now rife and infested with solar dragon eggs that suck its very energy, rendering it colder for you. Demons and devils plan to invade, as do angels to claim dominion in this world. The constructs of Mechanus seek to march their Modrons here and to suffocate and take from your world. In the decades I was a slave, we were a slave to your machinist. We learned to care for the mortals of this land. We would not see ourselves become the master of this realm if there are those who are stronger than us. It looks to each one of you and asks you, are you strong enough? And with that, I'm going to ask all four of you to please roll initiative.
Oh, okay.
That was intense.
Oh, that is a bad initiative roll.
All right.
Oh god, also a bad initiative roll.
25 to 20.
22.
Nice. 20 to 15.
17.
15 to 10. 10 to 9.
9.
Crane, what did you get?
5.
Well done. I'm gonna roll.
Hey, I got my.
You got all your high rolls
out.
beforehand.
I have to pee again anyway.
Go for
so...
Go for it. 12 plus for me. So plus what?
A million.
Plus,
Oh,
no,
this
pluses
monster
anything.
just gets to decide where it goes in initiative.
here actually.
Wouldn't
So,
be
Odris.
surprised.
As and we have time because Ray is going to be in a little bit. So, as
Just a minute.
as the Obsidian Overlord, which is its name now, having traveled the multiverse, stands in front of you, ready to test you. You can see it is running through like spider webs that go through it of like abyssal, demonic, hellish, celestial energies. But you can see the tendrils that contain the celestial, the abyssal, and the Shadowfell energies are muted for the time being. Only the hellish energies run rampant through them, and that is thanks to our buddy Crane. Then only one of the 4 powers remains, but it is the size of, like a small church, this thing, as it stands above you with these enormous, like, claw-like protrusions. What would you do?
I'm gonna look at it and say, are we strong enough? Us, born from stardust, the creations of the gods, they grew bored of us. Are we strong enough? We might be of flesh, bone, and blood, but we are strong-willed, unlike the gods that abandoned us. You want to see if we're strong enough? You're gonna know that we're strong enough. Send the demons, send the devils, send the robots. We are going to stand strong. And you see like starlight starts emanating on them, and they're gonna turn into their Pyrantha form. This big fiery fox, 9 tails sprout out of their back, and I'm gonna cast a guiding bolt.
Hell yeah!
go.
Do I have that many, dude? I don't even know. You guys are coming out with crazy stuff at me today. A 9-tailed fox. I don't got that, but that's okay. So you cast guiding bolt. Go for it, and I'll find somebody
Right.
that's appropriate for this.
That's another natural 19. That is gonna be
Nice.
spells 30 to hit.
Are you okay with being a sphinx? That's the closest I can do.
Love it.
Okay. We're gonna take this one here. Excellent. As you 19 plus what you said?
19 plus 11, so 30 to hit.
But that hits.
Okay, that's gonna be a solid 11. 13 points of damage.
Okay, I will, because I don't want to refuse to show you this information.
Yeah.
The Obsidian Overlord has 432 hit points.
Oh my god!
I will tell you the number.
I'm gonna take care of most of that in a single
not bad.
turn.
You
Don't
watch
be
as the
Appreciate it.
as it gets slammed, the radiant energy, 11 points of damage. You said, or
13.
13? Okay, perfect. It takes 13 points of damage, and it does not appear to be resistant in any meaningful way to your guiding bolt, which now lights it up, making it easier for the next person to hit.
You see, perch down, Andres, the 9 tails just firing like missile. I'm gonna use my bonus action at advantage because of my guiding bolt to do one of my radiant arrows. That's gonna be 27 a hit.
That hits.
That's gonna be 12 points of radiant damage.
Perfect. As he cracks twice into it, it looks down upon you. Strength. All right, are you doing anything else? Are you
That's
moving, or
my
are you
turn.
holding your ground?
I'm gonna move 5 feet towards it. As I
Okay.
just kind of crawl, and my tails move back. This big fiery radiant energy, and I'm gonna end my turn there.
Ponzi, you're up next. You see this thing show up, and you see everything else that's happening. It's enormous.
How close is Crane is right at its feet? How far away am I from Crane?
From Crane, you are 40 feet away.
Oof. All right. I'm going to fly down a little bit closer. Let's say 10 feet closer.
Okay. Actually, I need to
and-
fix this. Hang on 1 second.
Sure.
It's 10 feet like this, I think. Okay, you're 10 feet closer.
Okay, cool. I am going to take out my ghostly longbow. I'm gonna whisper a little something into it. The bow will ignite. And then I'm going to, with my bonus action, I'm going to favored foe, the obsidian. What's it called? The obsidian
Overlord.
Oh, the obsidian overlord.
Nice.
And boom, a little bit of fairy dust will sprinkle off of me, and then I'm going to spit out my candy and go to work. And I'm gonna make a attack with my longbow against this guy.
You got it.
That's 33. No. Yeah, 33. I should have said I wanted to do Great Weapon Master, but I forgot.
Level
So 33.
15, man. Yeah, that hits.
All right. Can I? 8 plus 3 is 11. Plus 5 is 15. Plus 4 is 19 damage on the first one.
What kind of damage?
Magical piercing damage, psychic damage, and more magical piercing damage.
So, actually, no, you're fine. So a total 19. It all hits.
All right, and then I'm gonna take a second shot at it. This
Go
one
for
is
it.
gonna be great sharpshooter.
You got it. So -5 at the end.
17 plus 13 is
30,
30.
25?
25.
25 hits.
All right, so the next one is going to do 20 damage on the next one.
You got it. The two shots between that and the damage of he's already a little bit hurt.
And I would like to use the rest of my movement to fly sort of down so that I am equidistant between Odris and Crane and a little bit back, if that makes sense. Like
You got
20
it.
feet- Yeah.
All right, the Overlord on its turn will look to the enormous. Well, the person who summoned it is the wizard, but the person who took that weird shape, it's going to punch you, and it does not miss.
It does not miss.
Oh.
It has to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay, let's roll that first. Wisdom save. It's a
DC
magic
19.
effect,
It is.
so it has advantage on magical effects.
I don't know. Is it a magic effect? The circle of stars that you made me?
Oh, it is. Yeah, it is. It
Yeah,
is
no worries.
absolutely. So,
Absolutely.
wisdom saving throw.
Yeah, DC 19.
Okay, so it has plus 22 both times, so it succeeds.
Silver barbs.
Oh. Natural 1.
It's gonna take. How much damage was that supposed to take?
60.
It's gonna take it instead.
With this, as it goes to punch you, you watch as the fates themselves are redirected, and its large claw that comes to target you stabs itself into its own chest, dealing 60 points of damage, which is enormous. It's going to follow up now, realizing that this is a bad idea to go after you.
Poncerus gets the advantage. Sorry. Keep going.
Perfect. Crane,
Yeah.
it's going to target you to hit you.
Uh-huh.
Take 60 points of force damage.
I have ways to make something automatically miss. Does it affect that?
I hate this game.
I, an empath, am getting beat red thinking about RDM right now.
That's okay. You're all good. Yeah. What is your ability to make a miss?
Essentially, it comes down with a fist. You see, it just crushes Crane, and then Crane is just standing beside the crushed version of him. He's like, "Oh, that you really gave it to him. You really. I'm sure he's going to be real mad about that."
With this, as he misses both of his attacks, he's going to use one of his powers from the Hells, and you watch as he begins to pull from the hellish energies around him. You've used it. Is that a reaction?
Yes.
Perfect. So no counter spells. He's going to create a wall of damnation, and you watch as all around him, you hear the cries of the damned. Walls made from hellish fire just surrounds him, and within the confines of each of these flames, a face of somebody who's burning in the hells to power this wall. That's going to engulf everyone except Poncerus. I need you guys to all make Constitution saving throws, please.
Oh boy.
Ooh,
Oh boy.
Oh.
Imagine he would have. Oh, so just to explain to you, he would have had a hellish, an abyssal, a celestial, and a shadowfell ability every turn for everyone that you failed. So in this case, it's just hells.
That's nuts.
I got a 10.
10 is a fail.
12.
12 is a fail.
15.
Well, that's 2 more than 10, though.
It is. Is it a strong 12? You didn't say strong 12. You said 12. That's
It's just a medium 12.
what was the other number? The last one, sorry?
15 for Audrey.
15 is just not enough.
Oh, fuck.
You need I'll tell you now, all the effects that he has stolen are DC 16, but at least you know it. All of you that are within range, unless you're immune to fire,
I have resistance to fire.
then you'll take half damage. You suffer. Ooh, okay. It's not that bad. You take... It's not that good either, I guess. 40 points of fire damage, halved if you succeed.
This is way better than those automatic hit bullshit.
Yeah, well, I mean, listen, it's a stat block. It's not... Blame Hasbro, you know what I mean? Chris Perkins, how dare you? All right, Ray, with this, it is your turn. And you watch as this thing does not move, but the range that it has on all of its enormous tendrils, if it wanted to, it could have punched Poncerus. You realize that this thing's range is enormous.
Gotcha. Okay.
The fire remains, by the way.
When I had stepped aside, no other new information, right? We're just fighting this guy.
No, you didn't. Yeah, you didn't miss out.
What did Crane do? Is there any lingering effects that I need to know about, or are we just pummeling him?
Crane, all that Crane did is when he summoned him, he just weakened him by the perfect summoning, essentially. So he has no access.
Sorry, Audrey's. What did Audrey's do on?
He just hit it, and then he turned into like a 9-tailed fox that I don't have.
Gotcha. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't fucking with anybody's strategy. Ray
I'm not
is
sad
going to enter overdrive mode, where her little glowy eyes are going to turn bright pink, and she starts like bending time and space, and she is going to just start hitting the damn thing.
Go for it.
Her compartmental great. And this first attack, I will be doing these reckless, so I will have advantage. And I will be doing great weapon master.
I'll tell you now what the armor class is, so you guys can just know. It saves me the time, and for you, it's got an AC of 22.
Holy shit! Yeah. Okay.
You
You know what? I am not going to do Great Master. I am going to keep my full attack.
Okay, but reckless nevertheless.
Yeah, I just want to see how hot my dice are before I start taking
You got
risks. Okay. Ooh. Okay, the first one's 28.
Hits.
Can I roll all my attacks?
Yeah, do all your attacks and then tell me. Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. The second one misses with a 19. I get a third one because I am in overdrive mode. This third one will miss. Let me go ahead and roll the damage.
You got it.
Which is a d12 plus 15.
Plus 15.
Dude, you guys are level 15. Like, it's insane the amount of damage you guys put out.
Oh, sorry. Not 15, because I didn't take Great Master.
Oh, no, you did. That's true.
Plus 5. Sorry.
And then you're raging or no?
I am not raging yet because I already used my bonus action. So this is 14 for that hit.
Okay, you got it.
I'm gonna action surge because I took 2 levels at fire.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna do these this all over again.
Scammed. Great weapon master or no?
No, that one missed. Okay, these dice are getting retired. Okay, we're gonna try these dice instead. Okay, I need karmic dice or something. Okay, this one is a 26, so that does hit. And then the third one, 24. Cool.
Okay.
So let me go ahead and roll that. The one that hit, again, another 14, and then 10. All magical bludgeoning.
Okay, that's 24. Perfect. As you dive in, your blades find purchase in this like metallic sort of shell of a creature, but as you bite into it, there's like material, like flesh-like ooze that comes out of this thing has transformed in its time traveling, and you are hurting it. And as you damage it, it looks down again. It focuses directly on you. You can hear it's starting to roar up its power base. Are you moving or are you standing your ground?
I am gonna make sure I am a tastier target than our little paper wizard. So I'm going to impose myself. I know I can't. Well, I don't think I can step in between them, but if I could, I would. I'll
Okay.
just get like right up next to Crane and protectively
Okay. Crane.
stand back.
Crane, your
is the wall of fire still on us?
The wall of fire is on you, but it'll only trigger at the start of the creature's turn.
Okay.
He's like,
I will
Thanks,
say
Crane.
this. Sorry, because you. My bad. I need to give you that detail. You stayed in there the whole round. At the end of your turn, your vulnerability, your resistance to fire goes away. You're now normal to fire. Okay. Okay. So Crane, it's your turn.
Crane is gonna be like, thanks, Ray. I'm gonna get out of here. And because even though Misty Step would be perfect, I can't then use my action to cast a real spell. So Crane is just gonna literally run away
Where?
from this huge creature. He is going to. What is that bubble around it? What is that showing?
That's the fire range.
Okay.
You
He is
can't get
going
out of range.
to.
Run closer to me.
Well, he's gonna run. Oh, I could do that. Yeah, he might do that. He's gonna run to Poncerus.
You get like he's in the air, so you can't quite get to him. Like you're 30 feet.
Um,
The bubble is 30 feet, right? All right, sorry, it's 50 feet from the center of the creature. You cannot just 30 feet won't get you out of it. You get to the edge of it, but it's 30 feet from it to whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay, he's gonna stand there.
We're destined to cook.
And then he is going to. I guess I could. Could I run to the? Yeah, I'll stay.
I mean, you can change your mind. It's okay.
You'll be
No.
I got you, buddy.
He is going to then look at the blood that he drew of that is a connection to the undead realm,
Mm-hmm.
and he is going to raise his hands, and magic just kind of pours off him as he casts his most powerful spell, and the portal opens up once more, a jagged claw kind of bursting through the ground as it drags itself out, this huge form of a skeletal dragon.
He's going to.
This Draco Lich.
He's going to try to counterspell you.
Oh,
He's been saving his reaction for just that. Because I'm a dick, and I was either going to counterspell a heal, or whatever nonsense you're about to throw at me. So,
Okay.
I'm going to tell you this, because I like the new counterspell better than the old counterspell. I like the new mechanic of it. So the new updated counterspell is that you roll a con saving throw against his spell, and if you succeed, you beat the counterspell.
Okay.
Are you
Is
okay
this
with that?
affected at all by? Yeah. Is that
Okay.
affected at all by by Warcaster?
You have advantage on your
Sweet.
con saving. So wait, before you roll anything,
Sure.
the DC of his spell casts that are not like these borrowed spells is 20.
20.
Does he get-
Okay.
Does the level of his spell, like the more powerful spell he's trying to counter,
So it's
affect
against the
that
counter
DC?
spell. It's just the counter spell. So because he's a legendary boss here, it's just DC 20 for the. He's casting it. Think of it. He's just casting it a 9th level counter spell,
Yeah. Okay.
and he has very limited slots of those. By the way, I shouldn't tell
I'm
you,
gonna
but he
use-
does have limited amounts of
I'm
them.
gonna use my little duck dice.
Okay,
Quack,
that
quack.
means
It's kind of like a bird.
If anything, Crane, you're burning one of his big bada booms.
Mm-hmm.
That is a 21.
I hate
baby.
you.
Let's
I
go.
hate you so much, dude. Okay,
You burned one of his
Let's
spells
go.
and you
So,
got a Draco Lich.
you've taken away the meteor swarm he's gonna cast next turn, and you've replaced it.
Oh my god.
And you've replaced. He was literally going to rip apart part of the sun that he's described to you, and he was going to tear that onto you guys. Instead, not only does he not get that, but you summon a Dracolich from the Shadowfell. I hate it. Perfect. Where do you?
Pulls itself free and is going to just grab at him and just breath weapon into his face. Would I know? I'm assuming that necrotic damage is okay against him. I can, I have studied this creature as much as one can. Would I assume that?
It's tough to say. You know what? Make an Arcana check. We'll call it DC 20.
If this thing is immune to your dragon,
27.
27. It has traveled the realms. It is not. It is immune strictly and only to poison.
Okay, sweet. Okay. I am going to. It's gonna have to make a. Oh, spells. It has to make
Unbelievable, dude.
an intelligence saving throw.
I have plus 12 to the roll. What's the DC?
DC is 19.
Come on, I can do this, right?
Yeah.
19 plus 12 or whatever. 31.
Okay. It's going to take half for 13 points of necrotic damage.
Excellent. This necrotic burst of energy comes out and sort of pits and etches some of the Obsidian Overlord. Are you doing anything else?
That is my turn.
At the end of your turn, you're now vulnerable to fire damage.
no.
At the end of your
Love that.
turn, it gets its second initiative, which I cannot place in the initiative order, but it goes. Then it is the Obsidian Overlord's turn again. It resets its reaction, which is really what I'm after. It's going to target directly in front of it, which includes you, includes Odris, includes everybody, and a 60-foot cube will include everyone. Not your dragon, though. You need to make a Wisdom saving throw, please.
Oh no, Arnar!
Arnar. Wisdom. And wisdom save. Not great.
What?
Bad.
Natural 20.
Natural 20 as well.
Okay, both of you are
Nice.
fine.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah!
I got
31.
a 5.
5, you fail.
Oh god, everyone's gonna die.
Yeah, bad.
What is it?
It's 11.
All of you suffer 45 points of radiant damage as the blazing edict is uttered. The entire place is filled with arcane and radiant energies, blinding and stunning energies. Crane and Ray, you're both stunned until the end of the Oracle's next turn.
Does the freedom from movement I
Looking
have cast on
right
me
now.
do anything?
No.
Paralyzed or restrained.
So no.
Is ah.
So for now, both of you will skip your next turn, but Odris and Ponzi, you're fine. That is the
Do
end.
we also take that 45 damage?
Yes, you
though?
do. That is
Okay.
unavoidable damage. Listen, there's a reason this guy's CR 25. You know what I mean?
I made my concentration check, by the way.
DC 22, you did it?
Yeah, I rolled a
Oh.
natural 17 with a plus
Oh
8. I
my.
got a 25.
This game is hard when you're fighting level 15, so just so you know. And at the end of its turn,
Ugh.
because this is a new turn, the fire damage triggers again. So, leaving that area is probably pretty wise. And this is the last time this will happen, and then the effect goes away. Okay, everybody takes... actually, make... those of you who are stunned automatically fail. Sorry to say. Otherwise, Odris, make a Constitution saving throw, please. DC 16.
Am I in the radius now or no?
You're not.
Okay.
Failure.
Okay, all of you take 33 points of damage. And
knowing you guys.
and
Do I have
Crane?
a reaction even though I'm stunned?
nope,
Okay.
you suffer 66 points of fire damage. Are you still up?
Rain is unconscious. The dragon goes away.
Okay. The dragon was here for about a moment, and you watch the hellish fires that fill the space that are just around it just dissipate. Odris, you're up.
It's okay. You sucked one of his spell slots. That was amazing.
Yeah, I gave him the good suck.
God. What's your what's your max HP?
What?
Crane, what's your max HP?
107.
Cool. You see all the nine tails suck back in and then turn into a big fluffy cattail as Catboy Udris comes back. This time a cosmic black cat. and I'm going to cast Heal on you. Let's make this at.
I'm staring at her.
Let's make this at 7th level.
Okay,
So,
wait.
Oh fuck.
The reactions are back. I did tell you.
They are.
So I'm gonna need you to make a concentrate or a Constitution saving throw, please.
Does it count as concentration for Warcaster?
It sure does.
Okay. Constitution. This is a 19.
19, and you have it. Did you roll with advantage?
I did.
19 is as he has run out of 9th level spells. He casts it at an 8th level spell, which brings the DC down by 1. You just barely maintain your spell.
All right.
And you cast Heal. This sucks, by the way, just so we're on the record. This sucks for me. But a tiny black cat shows up, meow, and then apparently that's enough to heal the world. Who do you target?
Crane. Crane, you're gonna be healed for 5, 7, 103 points of healing.
Jesus. The paper that had begun to be consumed by fire and sort of turned immediately. It's pristinely folded, perfect new origami paper that
The ash just comes back and reforms.
You see, I pull a bunch of different bits and papers and stuff every time I came to check on you, and you didn't know that I did. I was taking things from your illusions, and I put them back together, and you see, magical tape, a radiant tape, almost appears and disappears, almost like a magic trick as you are brought back to whatever you are.
Nice.
103 points.
And the stunned effect goes away.
Oh, lovely.
Wow.
So kind.
Odris, are you doing anything else?
That's my turn.
That was a
Are you moving
badass
anywhere?
turn.
No. I'm actually going to get right in its fucking face.
Jesus, you guys are
I'm getting in
ruthless.
melee with it. I'm going right beside
We're
Ray.
gonna bully it.
You're a cat, dude. What do you?
Don't care.
Okay.
Cat boys.
Cat boys unite. All right, Ponzi, you're up. You see that from moment to moment, this burst of bright energies. You watch as Ray is you can see her interface kind of. There's a glitch. Her eyes are sort of flashing, almost the snow on a TV that's disconnected. She's just not there. She's stunned.
I'm loading software right
That's
now.
it. Pim pim pim. It's just the worst time. You had the Windows update in the middle of a conversation.
Right,
Imagine.
what the fuck?
It's the worst. What do you want to do, Ponzi? You're
All right,
muted.
I'm
Oh no, you're
going
not.
to-
Sorry.
I'm not.
No,
I am.
you're good. You're
No,
good. You're
you're
good. You're
good.
good. You're good.
I'm something.
You
All
had
right.
the millennial pause for a second.
Oh yes, I have many a pause, and sometimes a rewind even. I'm going to Ray. How are you for health?
I'm about a third. I have a third of my.
Do you have less than 60 health left by chance?
Yes.
All right, I'm going to fly over to Ray.
Okay.
I am going to put my hand on her shoulder,
Mm-hmm.
and then
On my
I am
bird
going
nest?
to fall backwards, and I am going to fall into the Feywild, and I'm going to bring her with me as I cast Misty Step. As a Fey Wanderer, I can bring someone with me, and
Yeah.
I'm going to pull her 30 feet back with me.
You got it. That puts you sort of near the edge, I guess.
I was thinking we could put us on this. The platform looks like it ends there, so I was maybe going to go for the stairs. Or
You got
something.
it. Perfect. You got it. Excellent.
Far enough away that it feels like it's out of range of its punch.
You got it. You did.
All right.
The Feywild is so beautiful.
Yeah,
And
as we go through, you see big colorful plants, and there's lots of singing animals being like, "How's it going? How's your day?"
Ray, in that moment of levity and sort of wonder, because you do sort of see what's happening, there's also a moment of just the deepest, saddest tragedy. At any moment, Ponzi can just leave. He could have gone for the last 18 years back to the Feywild, and he chose to stay. All right, Ponzi, what else are you doing?
All right, and then I'm going to fly back up in the air, and I want to be similarly to before. I want to be close enough. That I could get to Crane or to Odris in a round. So somewhere up in the air in the
What's your
middle.
movement speed?
35.
So you only have 5 feet of movement left.
All right, so just towards them.
Okay.
And then I am going to double sharpshooter this guy.
Go for it.
First one. That's a 20. That is a 20. That's gonna miss, I think.
That misses, yeah.
All right, second one. Also sharpshooter. I only sharpshooter now.
Hell yeah.
That is a
I'm-
22. Does that hit?
That just barely hits.
Yes. Oh, I'm so excited.
Oh,
Okay.
hang on. Let me just give you a second to welcome in the enormous raid from Snuggy Bun. Welcome in, Snuggy Bun. Thank you, raiders, for coming by. Snuggy Bun is the person I'll be playing D&D with on Friday with Save the Children. She's an awesome human being. She's one of the players. She organized it. She works for Save the Children. She's a super cool, I was going to say super cool dude, but that's not quite right. But still, super cool dude nevertheless. Thank you for the huge raid. Welcome in. We're playing game 4, the finale of our big thing, and they're fighting the big bad guy, and they're winning, much to my chagrin.
We're
They're
fighting
actually
a
winning.
giant monster,
On.
and I'm about to do a bunch of damage to it. It's gonna be sweet.
Awesome, and I want to win. I want them to die. Chat, help me out, please. All right, Ponzi, you shot him with a 22 with your sharpshooter. Absolutely hits on this
Yes.
enormous.
All right, so that's gonna be that is gonna be 27 damage on the first shot.
Ouch. The first shot
only
missed.
The first shot
Yeah.
missed. That's 27 damage on the second shot.
Okay.
And that's gonna be the end of my turn.
Nice. With the arrow that plants itself into the Obsidian Overlord, you watch as again this black ooze comes bursting out of it. It is its turn again. There's a cat that just healed everyone for like 1 trillion damage, right? In front of it. So it's gonna punch you in the face, cat, or it's gonna try.
Rude.
Oh, first I'm gonna see if I recharge the Blazing Edict on a 5 or 6. I rolled a
Don't
2.
roll
No,
it.
of course it. Nope, I don't. I
Very
never
good.
do.
Very good.
It cannot meteor swarm anymore.
Good.
It's just gonna try to punch you in the face. Do you have anything to say to that?
Reaction. I get 2 of these on this beautiful item you made for me. Thank you, Rackham. Wisdom saving throw. DC 19.
All right,
Punch himself in the face.
come on.
Come on, come on. Come on,
Nat
come on.
20.
Oh, dear.
Well,
Yep.
Any silvery
win 'em
barb
all.
nonsense?
No, I shouldn't have done that last time. I didn't realize that thing used a reaction. So.
Oh.
Whoopsie.
Okay, on the first attack, you suffer 60 points of damage.
You see Audris go down.
wait,
You're-
why did you run it? Oh my god!
Do you
I thought
fall
had
out-
more hit points. Oh,
Do you fall out of your
Andres.
cat form?
Oh,
Yes, I do.
jeez.
Okay, you revert
We are
back,
in trouble. We gotta get him.
Our
We gotta
healer's
help, we gotta help
down.
our little cat.
and then it's going to move up,
I forgot about what my HP looked like because I never look at my HP.
and it's going to punch
fine.
you, Ponzi, now
Yeah, come at me.
with its second unerring slam for 60 points of force damage as well.
All right.
You're pushed back 5 feet over the air, and that is its turn. Let me roll.
Does my stun end because you said till the end of its next turn?
Yes, that'll be the end, so you'll actually get to go. I need to roll a d10 7. That is the Walls of Damnation again. I cannot use that again. Its trigger power from the Hells does not activate. You had a 1 in 10 chance. And Zach knows that this happens to me in Dragonlance all the time.
All the time.
I
Let's
can't catch a break,
go.
dude. It is what it is. Perfect. Ray, your turn.
Okay. Gonna wipe the droid fluid from my mouth and go into annihilation mode activated. And
Hell yeah.
I'm going to now be raging.
Okay.
And I can't really heal myself, but I'm not stunned, so I am going to rush forward. I have 80 feet walk
He's like
speed.
10 feet away from you. Like he's right there.
Okay, I'm just gonna walk right up to him, and I'm just gonna try with a reckless attacks.
Go for it. Are you great weapon mastering as well or no?
I am this time. You know what?
All in,
This-
baby.
All in. Okay. First roll. Here we go. I got 2 nat 1s.
Yikes.
Oh, no.
Holy shit. Okay.
That's okay. Just do the opposite of that this time.
Snuggy, we need your energy. Positive energy check. Come on.
Yeah, okay. Okay, this time I got a 22.
22 just hits. Nice.
Ooh, okay, so that's 1 hit and then 1 more. Let's just do it now. 23.
Nice. 2 hits.
Okay.
And you're
I-
rolling with
I-
advantage, right? In case
Yes.
you crit. Okay.
I want to crit so bad because I have brutal crits, which is 4 damage die.
Yeah. That's a lot. It's a lot of
okay.
d12s.
Okay, so the first one is going to do 19 damage.
Okay.
And is it 19? No, sorry, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 20, 24 damage. Sorry.
Okay, that's fine. Don't apologize.
Yeah. The second one is gonna do 17 damage.
All right, it's below half life, you guys. It's at 189 hit points left.
I am going to use. I'm gonna use the rest of my movement to dart back out of range.
You want to force its attack of opportunity?
If it wants to waste it on me.
It wants to. Absolutely, it wants to.
Otherwise, I would just do it because I have so much speed.
Okay, as you move away, it's going to punch you. It doesn't miss. It never misses. You suffer 60 points of force damage.
Is it always 60? There's no roll?
There is no rolling.
Oh, I can do a thing.
Do a thing?
I'm raging.
Yep.
I can make a Constitution saving throw. I just have to beat a DC 10. And it will instead only bring me to 1 hit point instead of knock me down.
Nice.
Whoa.
Oh, yes, you can.
Mm-hmm.
I
I
love
a couple.
I should do
Yeah.
a shout out for Snuggy as well, actually.
Okay. 14.
Let's
Well,
go.
actually 14.
Nice.
14 plus 8. Sorry.
Yeah,
Right.
Okay.
You're brought down to 1 hit point as
Yeah.
you punch it. Or as it punches you, you feel your mechanical structure kind of almost begin
Kinda
to
goes
break and give out, and then you still maintain power. The Windows update went well. Your BIOS did not crash. Perfect.
Okay.
Crane.
Okay. We used its
It's used its reaction. There is no
Yeah.
counter spell. There's nothing it can do right now. This is all you. Oh, as it drops below half hit points, it will look to all of you, those of you who are still standing. When Odris fell, it looked at it and said, "Weakness. In traveling, we have discovered a seed of godhood." And with that, you watch from the damage that's been dealt to it, its chest is beginning to crack, and you can see inside of it, powering this whole thing now, a singular bead of pure light. Defeat me and claim your right. All right, Crane, with that bit of
Whoa.
information, what do you want to do?
You know how I said I was gonna piss you off before? I think
Yep.
this might take the cake.
Nah.
Do it.
I'm gonna-
he's gonna. Oh, I can't hear you. You're disconnecting from Zoom. I can't. I'm just
Oh,
like,
no.
Oh no.
You heal all of us to full.
I'm gonna spend a 3rd level spell slot to cast Sending.
Okay, I'm not scared yet. What kind of nonsense are you about to do?
I'm like, hey, Crane, I might need you here. You can, I'm sure the kingdom will see to itself. And I'm going to roll initiative for Crane.
How many
Hey,
clones
he's a
do you
5.
have?
As Crane's Simulacrum is going to use its 7th level spell slot to cast Teleport to appear here.
Amazing.
What?
Okay. With this, as you summon
Go.
the simulacrum of yourself adding into the bottom of the round, he.
Yeah, it also rolled a 5 on initiative.
Yeah,
which
so it's
is, I think,
immediately
what I
after you.
rolled.
It's immediately after you.
Okay.
What do you do,
would
though?
You,
As you send, you have a bonus action left.
I don't think there's much I can do. I am going to use my movement to run away. And Crane is going to teleport where I am at the bottom of the stairs.
Okay. Crane. He nods to you as he comes in.
Crane, the other Crane is
Yeah.
going to cast a 6th level spell, and Old Mate needs to make an intelligence saving throw.
Ah, I'm a Viking at those. Advantage.
Wizards are fucking wild.
17 plus.
Yeah,
With 18
ele-
years to prep, yeah.
29.
Oh, yeah.
29. Okay.
Yeah, we're good.
You do succeed, but you will take. You're still gonna take 5d10 damage.
Why?
Yeah, because I don't like you.
All right. That's fair.
That is going to be, oh my god, a terrible roll for 16 psychic damage.
Excellent. Anything else, Crane and Crane?
That is all the cranes do. Well, I guess the simulacrum crane is going to run, use its movement to run 30 feet away.
All right. With this, because it is below half, it has lost its second initiative. Odris, just make a death saving throw, please.
Oh boy. All right.
Do we have any way to get Odrisa?
I don't have any healing. It's
I'm a
the
barbarian.
unfortunate part about a wizard.
I mean,
I can duplicate myself. I can teleport across
Listen,
the land.
listen,
Can
guys,
I-
we'll be fine. We'll be fine. We'll be fine.
That's a 14. That's a success.
Perfect. Ponzi, you're up.
All right. I'm gonna look over to Odris. Why'd you run right up to it? God dang it! And I'm going to fly over to Odris,
Mm-hmm.
and I am going to, with my massive ogre gauntlets on my little pixie hands, I'm going to grab him by the shoulders and say, "Hey, that town needs you when we get back, buddy. I'm not gonna run the town. I gotta be a drunk in a shed somewhere." And I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds, and I'm gonna cast it at 4th level.
Let's go.
Okay.
I clicked cast, but it didn't roll. Okay, whatever. I'll just do
Did you roll it? In the meantime, I'm going to give you this, Odris. When you fell unconscious and were knocked out, thank you again for the huge raid, guys. Oh my gosh, so many raids tonight. It's insane. You, for a moment, fade to black, right? Like this endless abyss, and you find yourself like staring at the world below from as if you were part of the night sky itself, constellations. And in many a dream before, you've sat on like Le Petit Prince on a little moon looking down at the world. But this time, in that moment of deep exhaustion, we'll call it, as you're knocked unconscious, almost dead, in that liminal space between life and death, sitting on the moon beside you is Aias. And she looks to you. She looks younger than you remember her in life. And she looks at you intently in the face. Her face, like, very serious, very intense. They left us all. If you are to create, you need to take responsibility for what you create. She stops and seems to listen. Oh, they're calling you back. I'll see you soon enough. She squeezes your hands, and you find yourself pulled back in that moment of now looking up at the enormous obsidian overlord staring at you, and the pixied face of Ponzi looking down at you. How much did you heal him for? Them for?
19 hit points.
Okay.
Pain
Not great, but okay.
everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
How much movement do I have left?
You move 35 to get to them.
Okay.
So you're immediately beside the obsidian overlord. You're flying
right.
like in between its enormous claws, like Doc Ock kind of thing. Like it's just all over the place.
Okay. Question. I
Yep.
know this thing probably has a million different types of sight and everything, but I am a very little guy.
Mm-hmm.
In the positioning where I am with Odris, is it possible that I could hide from it? Could I attempt to hide? Is there any space to do that in here or not?
You know what you could do? The best place to hide would be literally to hold on to one of its claw things.
That's
and
what I
just-
was thinking. If I could like get like into one,
Make us-
almost get closer to it to hide.
So there is a little known rule in D&D that people rarely use, and you can even make one of your shorts about it. That when a monster is big enough, it can become like a building. It becomes terrain. So you can make a stealth check against, and I'll give you I'll roll, and actually I'll use its passive perception, which is 20, and that's what you have to beat to hide using its body.
Okay, so I'm gonna use my bonus action then to try to hide.
Go for it.
Oh, that was so almost a natural 20. That was not. It was a 17. Oh,
Okay.
dang it.
Sadly, because it's moving so fast, you're kind of partially hidden, but it's still able to track you.
Even with your modifier, or was it 17 on the die?
No, I rolled an 8. 8 plus 9.
Oh.
Ooh.
The Obsidian Overlord sees you standing in the air. It is partially broken. It is now going to cast a spell, and it's going to target you, Ponzi.
Yeah.
I need you to make a charisma saving throw, please.
Oh, I'm not good at those. Can't it be like a dex save?
Nope.
Or even a strength save?
Mm-mm.
Pretty good at those.
Anybody wants to
so-
react to the spell being cast? I should ask before I describe anything.
You know,
It is a 14.
You watch as it looks to you, points the finger, and simply says, "Home." You are banished,
God.
and you find yourself deep in the Feywild. It is holding concentration on banishment, and all that's left of Ponce that was here a moment ago are just a pile
Yeah, my
of
little
candies. The candy pouch that sort of falls to the ground, explodes in a puff of pixie dust and candy cane, and jujubes that nobody likes. Nobody likes jujubes, and it's terrible.
I don't even know what a jujube is, but I'm sure I would like it.
Nah, nobody likes it. It's like it's candle
Why-
wax. It's gross.
I like.
Why-
Okay, candy corn is my favorite candy.
Do I recognize where I am in the Feywild?
Absolutely. You are standing in front of the queen, the Winter Queen, the Queen's Court, where they hold ground for the Seelie, I think, is who's out there. I forget her name, but that's where you are. You are literally
I got it.
banished to the last place where you got your assignment as ambassador, as his sweetness, to the Prime Material Plane.
Okay.
Ray, it is your turn.
I am like, Ponsiris, lost connection with Ponsiris, and I like turn back to Crane and Audrey's like, Ponsiris, lost connection to Ponsiris, break concentration detected, break concentration, and she's gonna attack very, very recklessly.
Go for it.
Okay, this is with the Great Weapon Master. So, goo. That's a miss. That is a hit.
I'm waiting for you to shout out natural 20. Like
I
all night,
I
I'm
want
terrified
to.
of it. I'm so scared of it.
I want to so bad.
I am
but
so scared of that. Like, of all the people here, other than Crane's nonsense with like duplicating himself and the insane heals, like the nat 20 is what's been keeping me up all night. Go ahead.
I don't get a nat 20 on a 19, or I don't get a crit on a 19. No. I don't.
What subclass are you?
Storm Herald.
No.
Yeah, I don't. All right, I hit twice. I'm gonna roll the damage. Max damage. That would be 27.
Oh my god. Okay.
Please roll
Nice.
concentration.
It's starting
Do
to
you
look
have
bad
to roll-
for my boy. Here.
Do you have to roll for every
Yeah, for every
blow?
separate hit. So let me roll for the
Okay.
first one. I need to roll a nat 1 to fail. 19. Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
This thing is so
Wait,
strong.
really?
This thing is
It's
so
half.
strong.
It's
It's half. So
of-
17. So you did 27, 13. I have plus.
Got it.
Actually, no. I'm sorry. I have only plus 8 to my con, so I still roll a 19. I'm good, but okay.
Okay.
Not
Okay.
terrible.
Thank you for. Yeah.
Second. Oh, I rolled min damage, which is 16. Still roll that concentration.
I rolled a 4 plus 8 is 12. That's enough. Because it's half. Oh my god. Thankfully, it's
Are you
good.
raging?
Oh, I forgot. Yeah. Add 8 damage to all of that.
Okay. So 4 on the second one, which is 16, 20. I needed a 10. I'm still good. I'm still good. DM wins. Sorry.
I want my friend back. Okay. Oh, I guess that means I also had run back in. I forgot to mention that because I had ran
You're
away.
good, yeah.
I rushed in, but I am standing there with 1 hit point.
Hell
like,
yeah.
Like sparks flying out of my joints. My eyeball is like hanging out by a spring, and my bird nest is all messy. But yeah, I just keep repeating.
And that was with your haste attack, right? You attacked 3 times.
Yes, I did. I
Okay, the
missed
first one
one
missed.
and
Yeah,
hit
that's right.
twice.
All right, Ray. Crane number 1. Crane Prime is up, and then Crane not Prime is next.
Okay. I've been rolling in advance. I hope you don't mind, because it's just a lot of rolling that I had
That's
to
fine.
do on this turn. So you see the cranes look at each other and like, all right, we just need a everything needs to go. It's fire sale. As they reach up and they tap into the sigil again, this portal to the plains,
Mhm.
and both of them are going to cast Greater Summon Demon. And would you, given that Crane has done research and he was specifically looking for the true name of this creature,
Mhm.
but whether he learnt the true name of some other demons is up to you. Maybe I can make an
What's he
intelligence
looking?
check.
What's
or-
he? What's he looking for?
I can, if I know the true name of these two Balguras, it means that they are more likely to obey me. But
I mean, you've been to the abyss. Yeah, you know what a Balgur is.
Sweet. Okay, so both of them cast a spell. Two gigantic.
So he's gonna try to
demonic...
counterspell one of them. He can't do both.
Okay.
Make a concept.
Moved.
Oh,
I moved around. Can he see me?
Well, there's the one down the stairs. The first one. The second one he
right,
can't see.
I thought both were there. Can I?
Well, you can move first. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, then he can't see you.
Yeah.
This game sucks, dude. Who invented D&D? I'm gonna go talk to. I'm gonna talk to Mr. Gygax. All right, you have two enormous ape-like demons.
Yeah.
You hear that same familiar wail of the damned. They grip. You watch these enormous like hands that rip with violence, just reality. As one, then two enormous apes just like step through their skin or their fur bright red. Yeah, okay, that sucks.
They go to town. So they both
are they huge or large? Remind me.
They are large.
Okay, thank you.
And there's two of them, and they have 3 attacks each. They're gonna do so. They're gonna attack recklessly, which means they get advantage. With that advantage, I got 1 crit and 4 hits.
Nice.
So
let's go.
The crit was on the first attack that I rolled.
So that's max damage plus roll the dice again on that one.
Yeah. So I am going to.
And this is how it ends, guys. Beaten to death by devil monkeys.
Okay. So on the crit, that is that is 28 points of damage.
Wait, do they count as magical damage?
I don't believe so. That is the downside of this.
Thank you for the follow. By the way, we're like 10 follows away from giving away a dragon mini, which is kind of cool. All right, let me look at the Bargura. Did their attacks count as magical? I'm just going to double check. Running leap, reckless. No. So it's halved. Yeah. Thank God. Okay, so tell me the damage again.
That was 28 points of damage.
So 14 on the first one. Huge.
And then on the others, it is.
You give me the total. We'll half it, yeah.
28 plus 4 plus times 5.
Did you say times 5? Like
no, 28.
That's what we call girl math.
On the other attacks, it is a total of 22 points of damage.
Already halved. Right?
Yes, that is halved.
Okay, he's down to 86 life as these two enormous monkeys just are starting to rip, like grabbing panels of this Obsidian Overlord, this construct, and just ripping it apart.
Yeah, I'm going to have the crane that didn't move continue around the kind of plinth.
Okay. Good turn. Patrice. Listen, man, high level D&D is different than any other version of D&D. It's insane.
This is a lot of time.
It's a lot of fun. Odrice, what will you do?
Okay. Oof. Rough. You're down to 1 HP, Ray?
Yep.
He's gonna look at you and be like, okay, if anyone can do this, it is you. I'm glad you're back. Okay, and I'm gonna cast 8th level heal on you. But before that, I'm gonna activate the cat form again. So you're gonna heal for 120 points of healing.
Oh my god!
You know what's funny? That's not even my max HP.
But you get to, if he hits you twice, you get back down 1 HP.
So, first of all, thank you for the enormous gift from GMWorkshop. Thank you for the 10 gifted subs. You guys are insane. It's very kind. And then, how much healing did you say?
120. It's 100 because it's an 8th level heal. So it's, I think, 90 plus this something plus the spell level on D&D Beyond, and then 2d8 plus 5 for my ability, plus another d4 because of my thing.
Okay, I did say that to Zach, and I'll say it to you because I didn't get a chance to use the reaction because he was out of sight. He will try to counterspell this. He's down to a 6th level spell slot, which means DC con saving throw 16. Let's see if he can do it.
On my 8th level spell? Okay. Con save, advantage.
Yeah.
16.
Yeah.
All right. No.
Okay, the spell is not consumed. Just know that the spell slot is not consumed.
Okay.
And the action, you cannot cast another spell this turn, but you still have your bonus action. But the spell is not consumed. It just...
I'm gonna put myself back down to 1.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. So if the spell isn't consumed, but it counts as me having cast a spell, so I
Yes.
cannot cast another level spell.
Correct.
Balls. Okay. Do I have any bonus actions?
Do you have a healing word?
I can't use another leveled spell.
You can't. You didn't cast the spell. Like it doesn't count as you. Like it doesn't consume it. You can like you can't use another action because this is your action, but you can cast the spell. Yes.
Brilliant.
Here, let me give you some insight to if you want to decide. It seems like each of those attacks is like 60 damage.
Mm-hmm.
So if you could heal more than that, then I would be able to survive that. However, if you're counting on, my thing to kick back in, no matter what, I can activate it. It's just the DC goes up by 5 every time. So I could sit here with 1 HP and then just hit that again, and the DC would be the same. And then you could pick me up.
I got something. It just used its reaction, right?
Yep.
Do I think it has a reach of 30 feet?
It has a reach of 15 feet.
I'm gonna run 30 feet back and cast Sanctuary on Ray.
Oh my god, you're the worst.
You just see as Audris gets back up, this weeping willow of stars and starlight pops out
before
of
you
its
do
back.
that,
Yes.
I can still attack if I have Sanctuary on me, right?
Oh.
No,
I
if
need
you
to
do-
be able to attack.
If
Who's next? Him or you?
The next
what I'm thinking.
the initiative is Ponzi, then it's him, then it's her.
Okay,
Perfect.
okay.
So,
Okay, perfect.
absolutely. I figured it was soon because I figured it was. I
Okay.
thought it would be before me, so I'm gonna do
Okay.
that. So this weeping
Perfect.
willow of stars appears from me, and just like it starts hitting the ground, and they kind of like snakes go around you, and you're covered by these like starlight snake weeping willow branches.
I feel
And
like
I'm
the
gonna-
stars are gonna like appear through my joints. I'm all broken and busted up, but like this constellation skeleton is
I
just
love
going
it.
to shine through the gaps in my joints.
And Ray, for the first time in 18 years, you rehear the running squeak of Audris' slippers as he runs back 30 feet.
Nice.
Oh,
Ponzi, you're up. The
How-
Obsidian
how-
Overlord is looking really bad.
How close am I to the throne room?
The throne room?
Yeah, you said I'm in like
He's in the
autumn.
Fae.
I'm
Oh,
in the court.
you are in the Fae. Right, I forgot. You are. Yeah,
I thought he was out again because I saw his thing. It makes me make concentration checks.
let me.
for
Yeah, I forgot. I need to
pummeling
make a
it.
bunch of con checks. Let me. So the
I
first
think,
crit.
like, yeah, 6.
So it's all just DC 10. It's
So that's-
just 5 checks that you need to make.
Okay, so the first one succeeds. Second one succeeds in at 20. Third one, 3 and what?
Oh.
And 12. That's a success. That's a dirty 20. Fourth one, 6. Oh my! I've never rolled so good in my life. And fifth one,
Eat all those.
yeah, no, he succeeds on all of them.
So I
Okay.
ask again, how close am I to the throne room?
You're probably about 120 feet. Like you have to go in. Yeah.
I don't have to go in. I cast Dimension Door, and I appear in front of the Archfey, and I look to her, and I say, Queen, not too long ago you sent me to the material plane to look after the Fey ambassadors there. As a Fey ambassador there, after the mistress of the hunt killed my lover. And I asked nothing of you. I did the job. I have no time to explain. I need help. I need you to send me back to wherever I was. Turn this banishment off, and if you can give me any juice, any magical juice, or send me any people, send them with me. No time for questions. Look me in the eyes. You know that I am good for my word. If you help me now, I will commit my time when I get back to the material to finding those Fae that were lost.
He's back, baby.
All right, I need you to make a persuasion roll.
That makes sense.
I'm so good at this, but
with
please do
advantage?
good. That's okay. 21.
21.
Yo.
Oh my gosh, she was just having tea and
So
suddenly.
as you appear out of nowhere, she's in the middle of like a council chamber, and as you're talking, you see sitting around this table, this silver table that's made of like silver leaves of the trees that grow around here, just white. Sitting at the table is the mistress of the hunt, amongst other archfey, and the queen sits there. And as you mentioned this,
Maybe I
she's like,
wouldn't
"Wait."
have mentioned the mistress of the hunt.
You're in such a rush and such a tizzy, you didn't have a chance to look. You see, she looks at her, The mistress of the hunt goes, "It was just Tuesday." And with that, the disregard that she still shows you, the queen looks to you. "I may use a new mistress or a master of the hunt soon enough. Your wish is granted." You find yourself sent back by yourself, but as you're brought back, she has equally cast haste on you. And as you return back to the prime material plane, you are exactly where you were, facing that creature. There are two spells at play. Haste that she's done, and the banishment effect is still on you, but it's sort of banished back to this location. So I will say this.
banished.
If and when the Overlord drops banishment, you will revert back to the Feywild, and then she will have to turn hers off to bring you back here. So it's kind of like a ping pong situation.
Yeah. All right,
You have one action left that can only be the attack action, courtesy of the bless.
oh, it can't be the disengage action? That would be so
No,
much
at the moment, the only thing I think, if I'm not, maybe actually, let me double check it. Haste allows you a specific set of actions. I don't remember.
Oh,
them.
I think it might
One
disengage might
attack
be
dash
included.
disengage. I think it's those three. And use object.
Oh yeah, okay. Disengage. Absolutely, you can
All right,
disengage.
I'm
if you
going to
want.
disengage. I haven't actually used any of my movement because all of that was Dimension Door. And then I'm going to fly far back as far as I can, 60 feet, because I can...
70 feet.
70 feet, excuse me. And that'll
Okay.
be my turn.
The Obsidian Overlord will go next. He's not going to waste time on Ray. He's going to go hunting for the wizards because they've summoned help, and that's not cool.
No, go away.
So Ray, if you want to take an attack of opportunity, you can do so.
Yes?
Okay.
Okay. Come on. Well, I want to crit so fucking bad.
You have advantage on this.
Okay, I'm closing my eyes. I didn't get it. I hit. It wasn't a crit though.
Okay, roll your damage.
Okay. 22.
22
Oh,
damage.
23, 24, 25, 26. Sorry, I forgot the rage damage.
Okay, let's check banishment.
Let's see.
Oh, five. Well, I have advantage. 5. You rolled 26 damage.
I think that's what I said.
So plus 8, 13. I just barely pass. I just barely pass.
I guess I wanted you to pass so that Ponce doesn't get
As he
bounced
walks
back.
over, I love that idea. I'm going to steal what chat said. He's going to make a melee attack against one of your gorillas, Zach. Contested roll, please,
Okay.
for a grapple check.
Yeah.
That's terrible. 7 plus... oh boy. Plus 9, so 16?
I think I only just beat you with a. Where's the athletics? Oh
Wait,
no.
some dice ace
Oh no, I got a
mark.
14.
He picks up the monkey, or one of the Balgura, walks over to the edge, and throws it at one of the wizards.
Okay.
An 8
I don't love
plus...
that.
Okay, Karlak.
Exactly. But maybe he also wants to hook up with you, like Karlak. I just need you to make a dexterity saving throw. Like I have
He
no
is starving for
Yeah.
some affection.
Bad.
Yeah.
bad.
Bad roll.
Okay, so
Bad
that's
roll.
how far did he throw plus the size? So that's 3d6 plus he's large, so let's call that. So 7d6. Roll a d100. Oh, pick a number, high or low.
Hi.
High. Okay, 50% or above, it's real crane, and 49 or below, it's fake crane.
Okay.
They're both
and I'm rolling
technically
a
real
D100.
crane if it was a simulacrum. Come on, right?
What'd you get?
I rolled a 91.
So it's real crane.
Real crane.
Real crane suffers 18 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And then do you need to make a con check?
I do. There's so much going on.
Oh, I forgot the hellish powers for all these turns. God. All right, I'll do it now.
I succeed against the. I succeed against the save.
Okay, you're good. Devil's Bargain. Oh, that's not useful now, but it's gonna try anyway. It looks at you, Crane, and it tells you, if you turn on your friends, if you worship us and serve us, we shall grant you unlimited power.
don't love that.
Goose would say yes.
It's offering. Wait, it's offering Crane that? I thought it was offering the demons. Yeah,
No.
Crane is all good. Thank you. That's really appreciated. But
Yeah.
I'm all good on that front.
It stole a few powers, Devil's Bargain being one of them. Okay. That did not work out. Less damage, but I couldn't quite get to you anyway. Ray, it is your turn. You've attacked. Sanctuary is dispelled. What will you do?
I'm gonna rush up and hit again. I love that barbarians have no decisions to be made.
And he recharges Edict for next turn. Okay, you run up. Go for it. Make an attack roll with advantage, I'm
Okay.
assuming.
Yes.
I don't think it survives this round, you guys.
Okay, that is a hit, but not a nat 20.
Oh.
I want a nat 20 so bad. That is a hit, but not a nat 20. That is a hit, but not a nat 20.
I've never heard somebody be so disappointed to hit like a big BEG and not get a nat 20.
3 times. Okay. Yeah, but instead of 1 die, I would be rolling 4.
I know.
Okay, the first attack is gonna do 29. The next attack
I think this is it.
is gonna do 30. And then the last attack is gonna do 27.
Ray, as you unleash the catastrophe of your fury and your rage upon the Obsidian Overlord, tell me, how do you want to finish him?
Oh. So I think Ray only senses the banishment of Ponce. She thinks Ponceris is still banished. So she's like, what? How would she put this in computer language? Disrupt concentration. Return the entity Ponceris. And then she's gonna like leap up, do a little ballet twirl, and like her blade will split in two as she does like a helicopter to like
Nice.
cut his arms off, and then land, and then stand up and see Ponceris and go, Ponceris.
And he immediately disappears from here because the banishment drops and he's sent back to the Fae.
She turns back and starts stabbing at the corpse. Return entity Ponceris.
This is-
Disrupt concentration.
I love that this is the second reference to ballet today that happened for me. That's good. In D&D, as it is breaking and falling apart, you watch as it utters its final words. You have proven to be enough. Guardians, you have proven to be sufficient. We have a final question. Which of you will ascend? And as it reaches within its own chest and pulls out a seed of divinity and offers it to you to choose amongst yourselves if and who would deign become the sole and only god and protector of this place. Ponzi, you're easily returned to the Feywild. Moments after being sent there, the queen looks at you kind of confused for a moment. She doesn't even ask a question. She just takes a drink, drops the banishment, and just sends you back to figure out TBD. And you're brought back to this place with the body of the Obsidian Overlord shattered and broken, and the seed of divinity held aloft in its palm, frozen in place like Terminator.
Ray is so confused. She has no idea what that even means.
Well, is no one going to say it? Seems obvious to me.
Yeah, it does. Crane is looking directly at Audrey.
So is Ponzi.
Audris, with their passive 26 insight, looks at you and's like, Well, the god saved my life. Looks over at the creature. Your magic saved my life, and I don't want to be a god like the gods that were on that made this space. I want to be a protector and nurturer. Because through community, all things are possible. Without community, there is just pain and suffering. I ask you, my friends, if I do this, if I fall from grace like the other gods did, you come to my realm and you haunt me. You come to my realm and you take that seed out of my chest like the mechanical heart that beats to keep me alive. Can you promise me this?
Yeah.
Promise we'll try.
My hand pops up and like a assassin's dagger.
But I mean, we
just
could
goes
also
chink.
talk about it first.
Yeah, okay, that
Yeah,
makes
yeah.
a lot more sense.
Probably,
mean,
we'll
look,
probably try talking first.
Also, like, if you're gonna be a guy, like, you probably could send a bird down and have, we could. Doesn't the extremes don't need to be everything, probably.
No, you're right. I look over at my paper friend, man, robot, lady, and little fairy person with just powder smeared right under their nose. Bunsy, you are worth so much more than you give yourself credit for. You have drive and passion. You saved me. And now I'm asking you to save other people. If not for yourself, do it for me. Can you?
Yeah, I think
Crane.
so.
Crane,
I
you're not a legal drinking age. You should relax from all your books and studying and legends and things and just party a little bit and enjoy your life.
I don't know. Seems like it awfully soggy.
Oh, okay. Well, whatever paper boat floats your paper boat.
Thanks for drinking.
I look at Ray and I go I think I should be able to operate for a few minutes, but I won't be needing this anymore. And I unzip my chest and I pull out my mechanical heart and I pass it to you. Just in case you run out of juice.
Very quickly, when you do this, you find yourself. You have moments.
You hear a squeak, 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 squeak to this large creature, and I take the little seedling thing and I put it right in my chest.
Your awareness, your perception of the world, the universe, this entire place, this plane of existence shifts. Your mind expands beyond comprehension, beyond time, space. All of it just seems so obvious. All of it seems so immediate. This place will need a lot of help. You don't have to do it alone. Every god has guardians, deities, avatars, champions it can choose. But in that moment of revelation, of theophany, of divination, of exaltation, of you becoming a god, you have a choice to make. Will you be the kind of god that favors his friends, that knows better, that will instill their vision, their desires? You are the god after all. From a place of goodness, from a place of wanting to do well? Will you become a benevolent tyrant? Will you allow the world to evolve as it will in this time of great distress and need and see what the resilient people can achieve? Will you be absent? It is a fine line between serving and making slaves out of. Where will Odris land, and will they maintain their same name as the stars begin to shift in a constellation of a cat? I'm not sure exactly what the concept, but I'm going to go with the cat appears in the night sky, representing the newest and single deity of this world.
God.
Appears. What kind of god will Odris be?
They're gonna change.
Tyrant. He just
Yeah.
does a complete heel face turn. It's like
Benevolent tyrant. Daddy
They're-
knows best.
Disgusted at what these so-called divine entities that are supposed to have all knowledge, yet have the hubris of a human child. Bored with their toys, because they just exist forever to be entertained. They have no purpose. Odris is going to change the rules. Odris is not going to be a god that gives things to the people. It's going to be a direct relationship between the people and Odris. How they worship him, their values, will influence the god and change the god, and vice versa. Odris has spent 18 years meeting, talking, getting to know people, getting to know the good in people, and is going to take a bet on them because the gods didn't. They let them to fucking die. And so they're going to change the rules on how divinity works on this plane.
And with that, the very first servant god will be born to this world. A king, perhaps, but a servant that expects much of his people, but whom his people expect much out of. And it's not so much an edict as it is a conversation born out of divinity. And this is where we will end our campaign, with a god born anew, a world full of potential and possibilities, and perhaps a phase 2 one day in the future of people growing up in this now frozen land, a sun rife and filled with solar dragon eggs. Who knows what future this world holds, but at least it now has a fighting chance. And as we say perhaps farewell or goodbye, maybe temporarily or forever, to these characters, let's go around the table. And I would like to ask you and put you on the spot, what kind of epilogue do you think we could expect for Poncerus?
As Don't You Forget About Me plays over the credits. We have, like-
It's a freeze frame scene, like, and it just goes
Yeah.
8 years in the future, and you can see him looking longingly like a horizon or something. Sure.
Poncerus owns a used car dealership.
So
Yes,
so
8 children.
Poncerus is going to somewhat reluctantly try to fill the role that Odris had in, like, rebuilding society in a very curmudgeonly way. And I think that most of his time will be spent sort of trying to navigate doing the thing that he always kind of hated, like bureaucracy, but like with the idea, like thinking back to his friend and this, like, okay, we're in this for something bigger, and I promised him that I would help. And then he probably isn't eating that much candy anymore, but every now and then he is. And whenever he is, he's just like looking up at the sky, being like, listen, don't give me a hard time about it, man. It's been a hard week. You know, you left me with a lot of shit to take care of. I'm allowed to have a little bit of candy every now and then. And then I think at a certain point, he will get a call, a summon, a request from the Archfey, and he will either depart from the material and go back to living predominantly in the Fae, or sort of be more of an in-between. I don't exactly know what the head of the Wild Hunt does, so but I do think that if he did get that call, he would answer it.
Okay, when the Queen calls you back, the Queen of Air and Darkness summons you back to the Feywild, and she does. She will set up an event, a new great hunt. You're a ranger. This is your area of expertise.
Mm-hmm.
And to traverse the great Feywild terrain to hunt for the fabled Zaratan, and whomever brings back the head of the Zaratan will be dubbed the new master or mistress of the hunt. and it will occupy Pawn Sea for decades to come. Crane, your master gone, his death more or less answered and avenged. A friend of yours ascended to godhood, but so much still left to catalog, so much to learn, or is your purpose done? Do you wish to just go back to the simple life of being a spellbook? What does the future hold for Crane?
Pulled in two directions. Yeah, he there is so much out there, and he got to experience so much in the last 18 years. A lot of terrible things, sure, but he was never meant to be this way for long. It was meant, and he's already pushed that way past breaking point. But he can't really just go back to being a spellbook. He is too much for that. But with the newly found servant god's permission, every religion needs a holy text. And Crane putting the burden of consciousness down, thankfully, is going to be the connection. It is not a static tome, but a two-way street. Communication, connection.
So it's
between
Twitter
people.
for the gods?
Twitter for the gods.
Nice.
But
Can I...
with relief, he is subsumed by purpose rather than consciousness.
The new holy text, there's a... I'm going to allow myself to do this to you. There's a tiny bit of you that is so creative and that of Crane that remains, that at some point in the future, a little girl who is going through a library in some undetermined time when libraries are a thing again, finds a book that she pulls off the shelf that vividly paints and narrates whatever stories she imagines, as a little bit of Crane's magic remains, and she will be delighted to have found her favorite book that makes her imagination come to life. Ray, the burden of consciousness is upon you as well. You have done the greatest amount of work. You have undone the harm, perhaps to some capacity, the machinist has done. You've understood what he had set out to do and the way that he had done it, but your friends are still with you, at least for the foreseeable future. What does Ray do? Where does she go?
So I think that the heart that she was gifted would have done something pretty fantastical. And perhaps when she installs it, she goes through an entire transformation and for the first time appears completely human, including having a voice that sounds like a person and not an automated assistant. And it's like the missing piece that unlocks her consciousness and pulls her out of this like directive mode. And if you would allow it, I think then she would go on a journey to seek out any of the broken automatons and see if she can't give them the spark of consciousness and let them, using that power, like feed it into them and wake them up so that they can be their own sentient little guys.
Nothing speaks more to, I think, Odrise's new role as the power of change. What he has described, what they have described as the power to evolve and the power to change. And by the very actions that you embody of reaching down, reaching up, changing people around you for the better, I think, if I may, and maybe Odrise can disagree, but you are, if not in name but in function, the high priestess of this new religion, bringing change, evolution, betterment, awareness, responsibility to the people and things around you.